challenges left?
No, your challenges tonight will be a bit more on the nose, as it were. So the skill challenges you guys did last time, this was all part of. And Dan, you weren't here last time, were you? So you didn't get to participate in a lot of this. So you guys met up in space with the Affront fleet, and it turned out that there were several ships, 3 ships, all under the command of Seventide, and they welcomed you with open arms into the flagship, which you had been on before, the Defenestrator. But there was also the Exsanguinator and the Revancher, who are all in the fleet. They are, to put it mildly, excited at the possibility of taking on an Ursay fleet in open space combat, because that's what Affronters love to do, is murder things. They've already killed at least one Ursay ship that you know about simply for target practice. So the idea of Seventide really grooves on the idea that he can help his friends and kill and destroy the ships of other races at the same time. What?
And kill some stuff. Yeah, this is
kill some stuff.
It's a win-win.
So he welcomed you aboard ship and aboard the Defenestrator, and basically said, "Look, welcoming back my human friends." He basically said, "We're going to have an evening of celebration and games and gambling and drinking. I put together some human food and drink for you guys, and that kind of stuff." And we eventually spent the time dealing with that celebration via skill challenge. So there was one here. I could check the food that they had. So they're Affronters, and they're essentially gas giant natives. I mean, you've seen the Affronters. They look like giant, sort of floating jellyfish kind of creatures. So their idea of what constitutes human food is vague, but they tried to do it, and you guys had to make some DC checks to avoid projectile vomiting. There was the
spider slurry was not for me.
It was not everybody made it. There was drinking contest. They also were able to provide, in some cases, captured alcohols, but also synthetically designed alcohols, supposedly designed for human constitutions, which you guys tried drinking there. And then there was then there was this. So this was the sort of culmination of the evening's events, which was the shooting contest. The idea being to try and hit the creatures, but not necessarily kill them, although you did get points for killing them as well. And you can see all the bullet holes on this particular dartboard. The guns were firing quite quickly, and ultimately, I think all of the creatures. Well, no, Grogu didn't get killed, did he?
No, Grogu lived, and he will find us deep in the galaxy later on. He will come for his revenge. A one-handed, no-eared
Grogu.
So you maimed Grogu. You guys maimed Grogu. This whole time, Eric was a little shocked. He was like, "I can't tell my wife about this particular game." But that's where it ended. So at the end of all this, and Seventide competed against you guys and lost to his own game. So he was a bit chagrined and basically said, by virtue of the fact that my human friends have defeated me in my own game, he's basically opening the door to the weapons closet and saying, look, for the next events, which are coming up in about a day, you could take anything you want for free. From a gun wise, not anything you want, but like you can get free stuff from my weapons locker based on what he has. So do you guys want to do that now? After this, there's a little bit more. After this particular contest, there's a little bit more partying, and then everybody is like, "Well, I've shot deer and bunnies. I've vomited profusely. I'm drunk on some sort of synthetic crap that the Affront made for me to drink." There's only so much of this partying, this level of partying that you can take. The Affront is they look like they're getting ready to rock into the night, but you guys are starting to feel a little bit wrung out. Emotionally and physically.
It's time to.
But if you want, we can
call it a night.
We can start tonight. Yeah. So you guys are escorted back to chambers, which has different gravity, and obviously the chambers are pressurized and gravitized for human consumption, right? Because otherwise you've got all kinds of like gravity artificial graviton suits that you're wearing and things like that to keep you in the very troublesome for humans environment that the Affront prefer. You're escorted by a couple of you'll remember the last time that you guys were on the Defenestrator. You'll remember that one of the people you talked to was a guy who was once human, but was in the process of it was having his genetic code alters in such a way that he was becoming more and more like
he was a little creepy.
an affronter. Well, the people that escort you tonight are not the same guy, but are of similar kinds of things, and they kind of look like this, as they are that they are obviously enduring some pretty significant genetic manipulation as they try, one assumes, to bridge the gap between human physiology and affronter physiology. And speaking of the gap between human and affronter physiology, welcome, Eric.
Eric, you're almost there.
Good evening.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good evening.
Good to see you. Good evening.
So we were just saying that the previous evening's festivities are coming to an end. You guys are bagging it in, and these two creatures are escorting you through the halls of the Defenestrator to your chambers. Essentially, the Affront, in many ways, both the evening's entertainment and your chambers are an alien's attempt at trying to create an environment which is completely alien to them, yet they're attempting to put something together that they believe that humans will like. It's a bit of a miss, right? So I mean, the gravity is just a bit too high. The air, once you pull off your environmental gear, is it's got a little bit of ammonia smell to it. You could tell that it's a little funky. It's breathable, but you could tell that it's a little raspy as you do it. The cushions and furniture that has been brought in here is far too soft. It's like imagine a beanbag chair, like most of the furniture is the rough equivalent of like inflated beanbag chairs, and so it's not really super comfortable. But you're guests of Seventide, and this is the thing. These two guys, Eric, I was saying, are you can identify them as that they were once humans, but they are doing that same sort of genetic manipulation to become something else. The likelihood is, and Dr. Wagner, you would probably, as a medical guy, a very skilled medical guy, a very skilled doctor, would probably look at this and think this is pretty sad, because ultimately you would recognize immediately that the likelihood of their genetic code somehow being modified to a certain extent to become like an affronter is almost it's well nigh impossible. It would not be new. What they will probably end up being, in your opinion, is having their genetic code. They will always be these sort of like mutant creatures, and what it'll do is it will modify them to the extent that they will be more comfortable in affronter environments. But they'll never, I mean, there's just no way that you can convert a human to an affronter through genetic manipulation and chemical applications. There's just no way, because ultimately those genes will try to repair themselves. What they're essentially doing with these gene therapies is they're damaging their genetic code in ways that cause them to have physical, from your point of view, deformities that are more in line with what the affronter environment would privilege. But honestly, to your eyes, it's a losing battle. But it's odd from a psychological standpoint that these creatures, once human, would try to conform themselves to some sort of affronter physicality. What is, and you're like, why would they do that? What psychologically, they would be an interesting discussion. But one of them the one on the bottom, you're not sure that it can speak. The other one speaks in a tone that sounds like, well, a little like parcel tongue, frankly, from the Harry Potter movies, and it's a bit discerning, because you're not sure what it's using for a tongue, but it's not a human tongue anymore. And so that's negatively impacting its ability to speak. But there you have it. But they escort you to your rooms. They're relatively uncomfortable. You can breathe the air. There is surprisingly available clean water, fresh water. One assumes distilled from various components. So that's at least good there. And you guys do end up getting a night's worth of rest. I have to say, Don, I keep looking at you as you drink your tea, and I know it's tea, but it looks like whiskey, doesn't it? When you hold that bottle up, and I'm like, man, I'm like, boy, old Don had a tough weekend, didn't he? He's just swigging out of just straight swigging out of a handle of whiskey.
I put my whiskey in my tea bottle, so it looks like tea.
He's just like, oh man, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
That's not old Peak. That's old Granddad.
Yep.
I like old Granddad. All right, so you guys get a long rest, so you get any damage done to you from the festivities would be recouped. The rest is certainly satisfactory enough for you to get your points back, and we can modify your character
Jeez.
sheets appropriately.
Gotcha. All right. You know,
I'm gonna do that here.
Resetting.
Jet black's fine.
Wait,
Actually,
I'm sorry. What am I supposed to do?
You get your points back. So last time to
I used them up, but yeah, you get them back now. That's good.
yeah, you get them back. Because of the rest. The
the
long
rest,
rest
yep.
we'll bring those back to you. Should be all
I will
fine.
I'll try to clean the animal blood and vomit off my clothes before we start.
Well, there's plenty of there's plenty
Solvents
of
and
yes solvents. That's one thing. The affronters are like, do you think they like the rooms? Oh, well, we put in plenty of solvents. I hope they're okay. They probably got some random human they captured and like, tell us more about humans. What do they like? Well, solvents and solvent related things. That kind of stuff. So
got any hydrochloric around here anywhere? Yeah.
The lie bats were the perfect temperature. They have to be good.
is this human liquor? Oh yes, they'll drink that. That kind of it says turpentine literally right on the bottle. All right, so you guys get your rest and everything's okay. Is there anything special you want to do while in quarters on the Defenestrator, or do you want to contact the G&T? Right now, the G&T is basically parked in sort of it's not docked with the. Is it docked? Did we dock with the Defenestrator? You might have docked with the Defenestrator.
I'm wondering if we should send over for a few bottles of too thickened scotch. These are big drinkers.
Certainly could not hurt. But the thing about the affronters is there's no way that they could actually.
No, for us.
Oh, for you, okay. I was gonna say if you're giving them gifts, that's they're gonna be like, what's this? Is this a solvent? I heard humans love.
Your turpentine is delicious.
All right, so I can't remember. I would think no. I would say, well, no. The G&T would probably have docked with the Defenestrator, so it's like slung underneath. Actually, the Defenestrator is big enough. You're probably parked in the hold of the Defenestrator because the Defenestrator is an enormous ship. So yeah, I would think that you guys, I can't remember specifically, but I think you probably would have parked within the Defenestrator in one of its many spaceship-sized compartments that would have set aside for you guys. So your ship's inside the Defenestrator as you guys truck along in interstellar space. Is there anything that you want to talk to the ship about, or anything other that you want to do before the next morning?
Wait, we came in the ship and not the slice?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that they basically opened up one of their cargo holds and you flew the gin and tonic into the hold of the Defenestrator, and now the gin and tonic is inside. You don't have any cargo pods attached, So it would be you wouldn't have any issues like that from a space standpoint. The Defenestrator is certainly large enough to accommodate a ship the size, a 200-ton freighter. So
Well, it just seems
yeah.
like a couple of adventures ago, we had to try to sneak our ship out from being locked down at a dock. I'm wondering if we would want to park on the
It's up to you.
Defenestrator.
We're fine here.
I think it's okay here.
We're in for a penny, in for a pound on this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, actually,
We got and what are we gonna do? I think it's safer inside the Defenestrator than being outside with two other, of their ships out there, just in case somebody gets a little gun happy and forgets who's friends with who.
And
We
we
got
know
this
at
ship.
least
There's the
Kiev is
Excelsior, and
sieged.
what's the third one left? D's nuts. What's the third one?
The Revancher, the
Revancher,
Defenestrator,
is it?
the Exsanguinator, and the Revancher. So and you did meet the captains. The captains came over from their ships to join Colonel Seventide in celebrating the joyous reunion of Colonel Seventide and his human friends. So the captain of the Exsanguinator is Captain 11 Hells. And of the Revancher, it's Captain 9 Hex, where Colonel Seventide is the captain of the
And-
Defenestrator.
Don't you want to see their college band? Captain 11 Hells is opening up tonight on the Revancher.
Yeah,
When you guys came upon them, this is what it looked like. I mean, these are well, frankly, an AI generated version of the description of the Affronter ships that I gave it. So this is kind of what they look like, and they're enormous.
It's sort of like an artichoke with a lot of guns on it.
Kind of, yeah. So I mean, they're certainly bristling with guns. I mean, if there's one thing that you guys know about the Affront is that they love violence. So
Really?
yeah, they
like
love violence.
The Acme stuff that Coyote would have when he'd have something that had like rockets and guns on it, it would always have like a billion of them in a tight little space, all pointing, at his head or something. That's what this is. That's the Affront technology.
They love it. Anyway, the next morning after you guys have rested, all of you have sort of a scratchy throat from breathing that ammonia air, and sore backs from the evening's vomiting and sleeping on what are essentially inflatables. But you do feel refreshed, and and those two guys actually bring. It's not long after you wake that the two guys come by bearing what look to be sort of like metallic troughs full of what you suspect may be an Affronter idea of what human breakfast should be.
The word trough kind of turns me off of breakfast right away.
Well, it's all kind of mixed together. And there's some baked beanie kind of things in there. There might be some sausages. You're not entirely sure. They're far too skinny and wrinkly for what you would consider to be a normal sausage, but they do look vaguely like sausage. It's possible that the yellowish mound, it looks like, well, it's yellow like eggs, but it's also texture-y, more reminiscent of mashed potatoes. So you're not sure what that is, but it's got some little red sprinkles on top, which is kind of nice. And then there are some slabs of some sort of very dense carbohydrate slab that has been heated. And it looks like somebody took like a creme brulee blowtorch to the top of it in some sort of toast analog. So
That sounds so delish.
they're doing their best, for you
It's great.
guys.
I'm gonna have a hearty breakfast of that and wash it down with a little solvent, and that'll do it.
That's what I love. It's like when I post on LinkedIn, people ask me how I've been so successful, and it's because of my daily routine. I get up at 5 a.m., I drink a pint of gasoline and eat a pine cone, and then I start with the day.
Don't forget your primal screaming at your neighbor's house.
It's like LinkedIn, man. It's full of crazy people.
All these people have so much time to put all this content up on LinkedIn. I'm like, don't you have a job?
No, they don't. That's their job. And
it's my personal branding.
well, what I like is that the company I work for, Ubiquity, has been posting more on LinkedIn lately, and they keep tagging me in the posts, even when it has nothing to do with me. So I'm not so like twice a day I'll get this like somebody gave a thumbs up to a post that you're tagged and I'm like, what am I tagged in? And I'll have to look. And
I like to shoot small, cute animals. Let's Settler.
Something not even remotely to my work. Yeah, it's Colonel Seventide. He works for Defenestrator. Les is one of my best human friends.
He and I were shooting a Grogu last night, and he laughed heartily as the whales and screams came from him.
This is his breakfast that I gave him. And it's a pint of gasoline. It says solvent right on it. That and a pine cone, and I'm ready to take on the day.
Let's wash this breakfast down some solvents and.
All right, so pretty soon you guys finish that. Those guys those weirdo guys sort of wait outside, and when you're finally complete, you've emptied the troughs, as it were. They're like, the one who talks is like, my sauce, please. And you're like, dude, whatever you're saying, stop saying it, please.
Yeah.
Don't do that. But then you follow them, and you go in a different direction than when you came away from the thing. When you finally enter, it's more of, well, a ship's bridge, because it's all the way around is these sort of weird view screens, which are obviously outside, because on at least a couple of them you can see what look to be the blobby kind of things of other ships. But by viewing these view screens, you definitely get the impression that Affronters view the world. They take in sensory data in a very different way than you guys do. But there's a lot of Affronters kind of like wandering around, floating around. Really, you've got your suits back on, your gravity control mechanism, so you're able to walk more or less normally. But it looks like it's a flag bridge of sorts. It's enormous. I mean, probably 100 meters in diameter at least, and just everywhere festooned with computers and view screens. And there are probably at least half that many Affronters, sort of like floating around and doing this and that, and subordinate species, sort of like, wandering around and obviously doing like servant things of unmentionable kind of stuff. Eventually you hear, my human friends, you are awake. Come, let me show you what we were doing. And he sort of like moves his way, swats out one of the guys, and kind of moves over to where you guys is like, come, I'll show you what the captain of a major Affront warship does all day. It's like, bring your human to work day. And so he sort of drags you over there to a sort of like little, almost like an alcove in this place where there's several other Affronters working, and there's a place where it's obvious where he sits. This is where I stay when I'm commanding the ship, and you can see the exsanguinators off to our left, and the Revanche off to our right. Their captains have returned to their ships, but they will be joining us later for our post hunt celebration. And you're just like, when the moment you hear the word hunt, you're just like, oh no,
Not again.
not again. He's like, oh yes, again. In fact, I have made some significant changes to the hunting zone, and the prey will be much better this time. Last time, you'll recall, we had genetically altered tigers from your home planet of Terra. This time, we have something much better. Come to the screen and take a look at what we have for you. Now, before I show you, I just want to tell you that these creatures, obviously, we are a battle fleet of the Affront, and we go out and we do battle. We've been doing so ever since you were here last time. We've had some major fights, and we've conducted some incredibly wanton destruction, but we've also managed to take some prisoners.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
A fit screen goes on, and it shows you the look of a camera inside a cell.
Wow.
And in that cell are 3 Kzintis. They are encased in sort of an armor-like uniform of sorts that is obviously binding them up, and you can also see that they have manacles of some sort of high-tech manacles on, and they're just sitting there looking at the camera with their yellowish eyes. You could tell that those eyes are filled with rage. And he says, "We have captured not only these, but their commander, who is in a different cell due to his violent nature. You know, we abhor violence, the Affront, especially when it comes at us from Kzinti. But we have it a separate thing. But these will be, we've been saving these. I knew that my human friends would come back, and I remember how much you loved hunting when we did it before. And so I have captured for you an incredible trophy. 4 Kzinti warriors of the highest class, one of their highest castes. Clans of one of their most noble clans. I've captured 4 of them. They will be released in the hunting zone, and we will hunt them. It will be glorious."
Some of you may die, but it will be glorious.
Huzzah!
You die gloriously.
And even
Right.
to make it even more interesting, I have outfitted my hunting zone with interesting traps and security bots to keep everyone on their toes. Oh, it will be a glorious fight. I cannot wait for us to join you, but that will be later this afternoon. Today, we have much to do. So first, I want to show you we have not been languishing while you have been resting in your high quality human custom rooms. Yes, yes, I knew you would be happy.
Thank you for the solvents.
Solvents. We are human. We captured. Told us that humans love solvents. So we put
Quality
many
and
of them in
express.
there.
Yes.
But also we have. You have told us of your quarry, the Ursay fleet that has come out of Greenpunt. Well, we have not been idle. We have sent. This is I'm going to give you an insight into some of the Affronter technology that we have not necessarily shared with your Terran overlords to keep it a secret. But what we have sent is a few of our own Affront-specific probes into those areas that you say that this fleet might be going. As you can see from the map that your DM has provided you, you recommended that these particular, can you see them? Yes, these particular sites might be the locations of this Ursay fleet that you are seeking. So what we have done is we have a very clever way of seeking out things. We call it the wild weasel effect. This is a human term that we learned from the same human that talked about the solvents. It means what we do is we have certain jump space capable drones that we send in, and we've sent several of them to each of those hexes. They will be arriving in the next day or so. What they do when they arrive is they are incredibly loud. Once they come out of jump space, they begin pinging and zipping through interstellar space at high speed, pinging away, daring those in the region to silence them. What the creatures that we seek out don't know is that each one of these is accompanied by a much smaller, much quieter, much better outfitted sensory array that alerts us immediately through subspace transmission once the primary drone is deployed. So you see, basically what he's described is they've got these drones, and they send them into the volume, and basically they're like 2-part, right? So the first drone is large and loud, and it starts pinging away with sensors, the most gross and easily detectable sensors right away. What it does is it provokes whoever is in there and trying to be stealthy to destroy the drone.
They're
Once
graph
the
eaters, right?
Right, yeah, hounds to the hunters, right? So once the drone is destroyed, the silent one, which has an even more interesting sensor array, begins looking for what destroyed it. So the quarry thinks that they have killed the drone that's hunting them, when in fact they've triggered the real drone that is actually hunting them. He tells you that they've sent literally hundreds of these drone pairs into those three squares, and that they're waiting for the results. So they're pinging away in subspace. So he says there's a couple of hundred of them have been launched. About 100 of them have already dropped out of space, of jump space, and are pinging away. None of them have been destroyed yet. None of the secondary drones have been activated. But when they do, they'll have a good idea. And basically, he's like, "Look, there's no reason for anybody else to be out here. Nobody knows we're out here. Only you know that the Ursay are out here. So if it detects, if our drones detect anything that we feel logically would be where the Ursay fleet is." Make sense?
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Are we
it
looking for the
does.
Ursay fleet, or are we looking for a specific space station? Right.
That's what he's saying. If he finds the fleet, you can basically, he's like, based on what you've told me, if we find their fleet, we find their space station.
Man,
I was thinking they might have their space station a little more off the beaten path than where their fleet's sitting now, but maybe,
Well, they certainly
I don't
wouldn't
think, like,
be a
Shelley said,
parsec
so.
away.
Yeah, true. They need protection.
Yeah.
All
So
Fair
he's thinking this way. So he's like, look, here's what basically Seventide says, this is what I've told my other captains, is that you guys are a special human commando team against the Ursay going in to destroy one of their major command posts. He goes, I don't know what it is that you want to destroy, but that's what I've told them. That kind of thing. And basically his plan is, when they find them, they'll initiate jump to that place. When they fall out of jump space, what they'll do is they'll eject the gin and tonic out of the Defenestrator. You guys will jump with them. They'll eject the gin and tonic, and then the Affronters will engage the Ursay fleet, allowing you, well, essentially distracting all of the Ursay, which will allow you to get in close to this station and do what you need to do. Sound like a good plan?
No
Yes.
problem.
That
Yes.
sounds like a plan that will cost thousands of lives and billions of dollars. I love it. Love this plan. It's actually works.
At which point Seventide says, and what's the downside? It's all
We
gravy
still
the way you describe
We
it.
still have to fight our way through and live through his weekend golf trip with the boys here, or whatever
right?
his idea of fighting these Kzinti are.
All right, Chuck, what were you gonna say?
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay, I thought you
I
did.
see Don's trying to get out of fighting the Kzinti by not sitting here.
By avoiding
I
the
won't
entire
save you.
situation.
I won't save you, Don.
I'm here, I'm listening, I'm getting some other stuff done. I think I'm coming down with a cold. I don't think I can do the hunting of the.
I bet you they have a solvent that will cure that cold right away.
No.
Here, drink this. Drink it.
No.
It'll be fine. Anyway,
Drink-
he's
Drink this hemlock. Our human friends told us this cures everything.
Yeah.
it's delicious. Anyway, he switches back to these guys. He's like, I've been watching these guys in anticipation for a long time. As you know, the Affront and the Kzinti don't really get along all that well. No, we love to kill them. And he's like, we captured these, and he goes, Kzinti, and so you guys know Kzinti will typically commit seppuku before they are allowed to be captured. So you can only imagine what the Affront had to do to latch onto 4 noble clan Kzinti in order to capture them intact enough to put them in the hunting zone. He's like, we've also captured Kzinti weapons, so we will be giving them as part of the hunt their traditional weapons, so that they may.
What are their traditional weapons?
Basically, laser katanas.
Oh, delightful.
So yeah, they're giving them
Lightsabers.
laser.
Laser armor, please.
Yeah, they're lightsabers essentially, in katana forms. All right. So that said, he's like, look, and based on so he shows you that, and he's like, based on my valiant but losing effort last night in killing all of the baby animals, I have vowed to you that I would give you access to all of the human appropriate weapons for you to take what spoils you wish as your own prior to the to the hunt. You may arm yourselves as best you can with what I have available. And if you want to proceed to do that now, I have some duties here on the flag bridge. But I will meet you in a couple hours' time, and we will begin the hunt. Are you excited? Are you stoked?
Tally ho.
Tally ho!
It's like, I don't know about you humans, but I am stoked.
I am stoked. Yep.
You
I'm
probably
excited.
you guys probably guess that stoked is probably the primary emotion that affronts people feel at all times. It's like they start at stoked and then they move on to gleeful murder. All right. So that said, I'm gonna, I've got a couple of things here. We're gonna go to the supply catalog. So largely, with the exception of a few sort of things, a few things which we'll go do on a case by case basis. You guys do have access to what is a remarkably well stocked weapons bin that's that are human appropriate. Obviously the front have their own weapons which are largely, I mean, they do sort of the same things that they do, but they are, because the affronter physiology is so different from humans, that their weapons would be unusable to you. But they're also great weapon collectors, and so he's collected a pretty significant batch of weapons. And I'm going to go ahead and, can you guys see? Do you guys still see them? The prisoners?
We see the 3 prisoners still.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let's fix that. All right. You see a PDF reader?
3 prisoners.
Still see the 3 prisoners?
On the
No,
on roll
no,
20
see-
on the shared screen.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Right. So
Okay. So they have a couple of things. They do have, at this point, I'm going to turn it over to you guys. With the knowledge that some of you may not, I mean, you may not have the right skills to use certain weapons, right? So,
Right.
like, for example, if we look at Captain Black, he can use armor, which they have. He can do cyborgs and stuff like that. But I mean, he's already got some armor. He's got a laser pistol built in, but as a former military person, he would have experience with rifles. So something like
Aren't we all former military people?
We're all former military.
no,
not everybody.
Almost all of us.
you're nerds, not from military.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was okay.
So
The
an
original
assault
crew,
rifle
but
would
yeah, other
be
people.
an assault rifle could be Captain Black could use it. If we look at Dr. Wagner, he's already got his freeze gun, which he likes. And I'm speaking on behalf of you. But if you wanted to upgrade to some other gun, you could do that.
Wait, I'd have to give up the freeze gun.
We would have to
Well,
give it up.
Don't bring
yeah.
us to that arena
Yeah.
today.
Okay.
Can you
and
pull
you get
me
to-
open there, Les?
I'm sorry?
Pull me open. I know Weber Jix is in the military, like Sergeant Bilko's in the military. I was
Okay.
busy helping me and my friends.
So you can
Light
use
weapons without
light
penalty?
weapons without penalty. You have an inability with medium and heavy weapons. Your attacks with medium weapons are hindered. Hindered would mean, let me just go ahead and get the actual thing here. It's good that we follow the rules sometimes anyway.
I'm gonna spin my identity and look like a Kzinti. Wait, no, that won't work for me either because I'll get killed by you guys. Wait, I'm gonna try shrubbery. Can I? Try shrubbery?
We want a shrubbery.
I didn't mean to freeze you. That's what you're looking at.
I'm looking up what hindered means exactly.
Well, yeah, I mean either disallowed or some sort of negative penalty, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I believe it's got to be that, but I'm trying to find out for sure.
This guy's necessary. I'm gonna, not disguising myself want to help me here. Well, I can encourage people. I'll stand behind you all. You almost got him. Hit him again.
Go, go, go.
You can do it.
You can do it.
I have a character in Bob's Death Campaign who has a skill that basically gives you a +1 if I encourage you. And so I'll do that occasionally. You could do it. To try and give people a +1.
So
I
instead
knew
of a
you could
bark,
do
it's
it.
like you're like the Tony. What's his name? Not Tony Lowe's. Tony or Robbins of the party.
I'm the Tony Robbins of our
Robbins of
game
the
group.
party.
I'm a motivational speaker.
You gotta want it.
Yeah. And if you don't, you're gonna end up in a van down by the river. At Foley, motivational speaker.
I'm almost there, I think.
I didn't mean to crash your.
No, you ruined everything. I don't know why. It's really causing me a problem here.
Focus operates undercover. I'm telling you, shrubbery could work for me in this thing.
Okay. Here we go. Almost there. I'm almost there. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is the worst design thing I've ever seen.
So can we pick any armor left?
So hindered means, okay, so hindered means the difficulty steps so the difficulty goes up rather than down, right? So, and it goes up 2 steps. So say you have a DC 20 shot, it becomes a DC 26 shot.
Got it. Okay.
With a heavy weapon for you. So that's what hindered does.
Most likely, the only time I'll be using a heavy weapon is if I'm pulling out of your cold dead hands.
Mallory is good with guns. So he might he's like a kid in a candy store in this place. Bishop, less so. Light weapons, yeah. So you are also hindered with medium and heavy weapons. So
Right.
You can stay in the back with me.
How does that work with armor?
armor is okay.
So no matter what armor you wear, you're not hindered with it. You're just. I mean, like if you're like the Michelin Man, do you lose body or speed or something?
That's a good question. Probably.
By putting on, is there some sort of? Because I like scout battle dress has a required skill of vac suit 1. So I'm guessing you cannot wear it unless you have vac suit 1.
Right. That's correct. But we don't do that. So Cypher system is a little different, right? So in this case, yeah, you would not be. It's possible that Mallory and Captain Black might be battle dress functional. Could do that potentially, but realistically, a lot of those high tech full body armors are something that you have to be trained in. That's something you have to do. Yeah. And then you have to use them more or less continuously. Most of the armor that we're talking about here is what you're seeing before you now is flak jacket, shell armor. These are all going to be the kinds of things that you can largely wear. Now, even a ceramic carapace, these are designed to slough off heat and flame, much higher protection against lasers, flamethrowers, and other heat and fire-based attacks. So that might be something that you want to look at. And there are here. Ballistic vests are good for bullets, that kind of thing. So you guys all have copies of this central supply catalog, but you guys can do that. And there are other than guns and armor, there are other things available. So, and I'll give you an example. For instance, is like a grenade. There are some grenades in there. There are some explosives. You guys can take those as well if you want. So I at this point, I leave it to you guys. What do you guys want to look for in terms of what's available here? Do you want to talk armor?
Carapace looks interesting.
Now, these Kzinti are going to be using laser swords.
Largely laser katanas, yeah.
So anything that has a higher protection against lasers would also protect against these swords, or no?
Yes. No, I think that'd be accurate. Yeah.
So remember a long time ago when we had a lot of money and we all went on buying sprees?
Yep.
Or supposedly?
Yep.
Do you remember the list that I had? I think I sent it to you then.
It's possible.
If not, can I present for just a little bit of time?
You want to share?
Yeah.
For the group? Sure.
Send me the central supply catalog.
I'm a little nervous.
It's huge, by the way.
Sorry, the file you requested does not exist. Get stuff done. So apparently whatever you gave me is long since the link is long since expired, Les.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the buying spree that I went on,
Oh, it's not that bad.
and I want to highlight this row here, the ceramic powered plate.
Okay.
I've never had a good chance to put it on and wear it because we're always like, busy doing stuff and then get caught in fire.
Yes.
But since I can plan ahead, I will be wearing my ceramic powered plate.
Okay.
It's now this is all with
That's all Traveler right there.
Traveler.
But
we'll have to kind of convert, but
Yep.
In Traveler it was plus 16, plus 20 versus fire, lasers, and energy.
I'd like a set of that.
My original character in Traveler had vac suit 2 skills, so
Yeah, so did Black. Actually, he had
he changed a
vac
lot
four.
when we went to Cypher.
Yeah,
we did change a lot. Yeah. Well, so that ceramic armor would be largely analogous, right? It gives you plus 10 plus an additional plus 6 versus lasers,
Fire,
flamethrowers,
lasers,
and
and
other
yeah.
heat. So it's plus 16. Now our armor in this case works a little differently in that essentially it is DR, for lack of a better term.
Right.
Right. So you get hit by stuff and then it does damage and your armor takes the problem.
10 off or 16 off, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I just wanted to point that out, that's the armor I'll be wearing. I've got rifle. Now, another thing I wanted to point out is down here,
Mm-hmm.
FOF safety for the rifle
Okay.
and tags. Those are friendly fire avoiders.
Okay.
If I'm pointing at someone that's got an FOF tag, my weapon will not fire at them.
Will it now? So here's a good question. Will it not fire at all, or will the bullet miss?
The bullet misses.
Okay. So the gun will fire. It just won't.
The gun will fire, right?
You got smart bullets essentially.
And I just want to make sure all my friends have theirs on.
All right.
Because I
Sounds
know
good.
how I am. I'm a pilot, not a fighter.
not a marksman.
Okay,
So-
not a marksman. I'm gonna stop sharing now. I just wanted
Okay.
to share that.
So that ceramic, basically, the armor you're describing is equivalent to that ceramic carapace kind of thing,
Right.
and that it's good armor. Here, let me reshare here. And there is enough here, so if all of you want to pick up a set of that ceramic armor, you can.
Well, is there any potential downside for someone who needs to be able to use computers and stuff like that? So
In this case, it's largely like a cuirass. So you would still be able to move it normally. You would still be able to move your arms. These armors are high tech and they're designed to maximize agility. And not necessarily interfere. It's not like you're strapping on a big thing of plate armor, from a medieval standpoint.
When you say ceramic, you mean the ceramic carapace, right?
That correct. The one that you're looking at right now on the
What was
on the
the
screen.
poly carapace?
The poly.
Polycarbonate.
Hold on a sec.
Is that right?
Polycarapace. Okay, so the poly is fibrous material attached to polymer plates. It is good protection against all forms of weapons, but it can be restrictive to movement. So it imposes a DM -1 on all skill checks. So it does step you. You get hindered if you use it, but it does provide pretty significant protection. The advanced and the lightweight, will both work in this. The advanced, the lightweight ones do not restrict movement. The advanced poly does.
I think we're always showing us like this ceramic armor and then Mallory and the captain are gonna show up like those guys at the paintball course, which showed up like a minigun or whatever, like.
So what's-
Single shot Derringers over there and they're like.
What's the protection on that again? Now that
On
his,
the on the advanced poly, it's 16.
no, on the one that you said we could have ceramic combat plate and that wouldn't be restrictive for us nerds.
10, except for against lasers and fire, which it gets an additional +6, so it would be 16
It's a ceramic
Okay.
carapace, that's all.
against lasers,
There's-
not against everything. If they start shooting bullets at you,
Yeah,
or other things fire at you,
well, page
which could
20,
happen.
page
So the
20 of that.
poly is good for all weapons.
Yeah, it is. It provides good
And-
protection against all forms of weapons.
What would a doctor need to worry about in terms? I mean, he's not a fighter. He's just hides and back.
Yeah, it's on page 13 is the poly. Did you want to look at page 20?
Yeah,
Okay, hold on a second. So Dr. Wader, for you,
see the
The-
top one?
ceramic combat armor?
Yeah, 12
Okay.
and 18 versus lasers, fire and energy.
Mm-hmm.
Can I wear that and not be restricted?
Hold on. Let me look at your
Pages weapons start on this catalog. Like at page 71. Keeps going and going.
wafer jack, EMT, machine interface. Yeah, I think with your skills, yes, I think you would be able to wear that.
Okay.
Wait, can I send in a protocol droid in my place? Just put it in my armor and set it in.
That would, but Weber, you won't, my human friend, you won't have any fun. Drones aren't fun. Drones are for smacking around and fetching drinks.
Urban pacification police robot. That's what I want, Les. Can we? I'm gonna wear that.
You know, they're using those in Gaza now, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
For real? Like a RoboCop and everything?
Those little dog robots that everybody
Yeah.
says are going to be fine, except for I've seen that episode of Black Mirror.
Exactly what you mean.
And
Lots of
it's
robotics,
obvious that things are
dogs.
not going to be fine. Some jackass in Russia mounted a minigun to one, and they had a video of that or some crazy shit.
I, as a hacker, am all for them using robots for everything because then they become my army.
Wait, just to remind me, is this place where Eric lost his arm? No, he got it bitten off by a zombie. That's right.
Yeah, well, that was Coffin.
Yeah, I know it was a different character, but I
Yeah.
was trying to remember. Like, I remember being totally maimed and near death in this one, but we did win.
Yeah, Coffin got his arm chopped. Well, his arm was ultimately chopped off by one of you guys. He did get bitten by one of the
We didn't turn into
cordyceps
that.
zombies.
Cordy's, yeah.
He didn't turn into it. He didn't have time to do it in a cordy because you chopped off his arm. Somebody did. I think Dr. Wagner did in situ, and I think he was also going to give him a new arm.
Right.
But didn't have chance to before the big gunfight at Tyla.
Coffin had a really rough time.
Yeah.
He did, yeah, and I gotta say, if there's one thing you say about Coffin, he gave as good as he got.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, onward.
All right, so ceramic combat armor, yeah, I think if and also Eric and Dan, if you guys wanted to go this route as well, that would be available to you. I don't know the rest of you guys would be. I mean, you can make the case, I guess, but I don't know that you would be combat armor qualified.
Okay. I'll take a set.
All right.
I mean, I would take a set just to have it, but I'm not sure if my poly carapace armor is better or worse or what.
The poly carapace is probably worse.
Really?
Worse. What do you mean? Didn't it go up to 16?
Well, what does the combat armor do? It's more
10
than
to
that. Isn't it?
18.
It goes up to 18.
Or normally it's 12. It's 12 for everything else, 18 versus fire, laser, or energy.
Okay. Oh, right, because it's ceramic, not poly. So
Right.
the poly thing that Dr. Wagner pointed out. Hold on, what was that on page 14?
13, I think.
13? Hold on, let me get there the quick way. Won't be quick, obviously. Okay. There we go. The advanced poly was 16 straight up, lightweight, but that did a hinder on you. The lightweight is plus 12 and no hinder.
What would a doctor need to worry about hindering?
Probably, well, it's up to you. I mean, it just means that when you're shooting, it can be restrictive of limb movement. I guess it wouldn't.
I've got
Poly-
a freeze ray that you don't really have to aim. You just-
Well, it's a physical action though, and it opposes DM1, which would be a hinder. So one step in this case, but as opposed to inability to use those things.
Okay.
You do not have any prohibitions on other weapons, so it would just be one step.
One step. What does that equate to?
Well, it means if it's a DC, if you're getting ready to shoot at a Kzinti and it's a DC 20 shot, it becomes a DC 23 shot wearing this armor.
Oh,
You go one step worse.
Right.
3 points is one step.
That's why when you spend edge, 1 point of edge gives you 3 points of
I see.
yeah.
Okay.
Are the Kzinti going to be wearing armor?
No, not in the traditional sense. They'll be wearing their traditional garb though. Their traditional combat garb, which is a sort of a weird series of like harnesses and leather kind of stuff.
I want to know about their personal lives.
Let me see if I could show you them. Probably can what they're gonna look like.
What
So
they look like at the club on Saturday nights. Sure, sure.
so yeah, I don't know. Can you see it? The image? Probably not. Hold on.
Is it on Roll20 or Zoom?
It will be. No, it's not. It's gonna be an image file. Oh, you know what? I should just give you the screen. Hold on. Yeah. Here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. All right. So can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sort of
Yeah.
their traditional they were captured with their traditional garb, and that's kind of what it looks
It
like.
looks like a Warhammer 40K dude with a tiger head.
AI, I'm not expert at prompts for AI image generators
I
yet.
love this dude. Though. It's hilarious.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Ornamental armor and
Here's the other one of the others.
Uh-oh.
That's not him. Hold on a second.
that's a
not,
bear.
That's a koala with a
an
shotgun. That's an angry Ewok. I heard you guys are carrying pelts. I've come for you.
Revenge of the Ewoks.
Revenge of the Ewok.
here's another one. It's got that sort of Asian inspired armor to it.
Yeah.
How do you
Right.
say yub yub, mofo? All right. This guy, he got some real. He's been pumping up in 0G or something. I don't know. Or high G.
So who's good with stats and probabilities? Am I better off with the what is that, 30% better defense versus or -1 on or
Well, this is going to be a little different. Last time you guys were hunting animals. This time you're hunting warriors,
be
Sophots.
very, very quiet.
So they will use tactics against you guys. And as Seventide sort of disconcertedly mentioned in an offhand manner, he's installed new things in the hunt place, including, I think he said, security bots,
Yes.
and other things as well. So so there's that.
There's that to look forward to.
Okay. I guess I'll take the lightweight poly.
You take the lightweight poly, okay?
I don't think I can. I don't think I have the speed or might to give up any points.
So the ceramic battle suits, that was plus 18.
Against it's plus 18 against fire, laser, and energy. Plus 12 normally for the ceramic combat armor on page 20.
Got it. Okay. Plus 12, plus 18. Okay. Got it. Okay, cool. And so Weber and Gawker, or I'm sorry, whoever you are.
Who are you?
Tam Gawker
Tam,
is using
yeah.
the polycarapace, yeah.
Okay, you're gonna use the same thing or the advanced?
Advanced.
Okay, so remember that's gonna give you on it's gonna give you a hinder.
Right.
Okay.
Talking about armor right now? I'm doing ceramic carapace.
Okay.
I picked out my weapons too, but I use the restroom. Can I come back? Give you my order?
No, if you go, then you don't get any weapons.
Just
Get
tell
armor
them
or
whoever's gonna,
weapons. not
whoever's
both.
gonna be like,
from the bridge over the intercom, it's like, no urinating.
yeah, you're like, I get to the ready room and it's just a sling and 3 rocks in there. I'm like, what?
Come on, it'll be great. It'll be great.
It's on the
No,
list.
go ahead.
Dude. All right, I'll be
Yeah,
right back.
we've got a ways to go yet, I think so. All right, so
You know what?
here's
I want to
here's
go with the advanced poly too. I'll take
you're gonna
the-
go with the advance. All right, look at you.
a good off. What is it? Oh no, it's a good defense is a great offense. I'm pretty offensive, but
All right, remember your shots are gonna be hindered though.
Yep, that's okay.
I like
I'm
to
not a good shot anyway.
I like to think of Dr. Wagner as an acquired taste, right? So he's one of those guys that at first maybe you're like, he's got issues, what's with the penises? We don't know, that kind of thing. But then once you get to know him, straight up salt of the earth guy.
Oh, it's just the penises. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm
And,
like Hannibal Lecter in reverse.
well, the kidneys too. Don't forget the kidneys.
I haven't forgotten the kidneys.
I haven't forgotten the kidneys.
Fava beans.
Was it?
I first-
wasn't it?
I-
Wasn't it?
Chianti.
I first met him and he was jacking kidneys out of people.
Wasn't
was
it?
like-
Wasn't it Bishop who said, "If I get sick, I do not see the doctor."
Yes.
I don't want to see that.
Those kidneys go great with fava beans and Chianti. So
Nice
I don't know how you could fault me.
He's like Hannibal Lecter in reverse. He's putting organs into people. Here, take one.
But it's not theirs. It's just
Well-
different. It's just different animals' organs he's putting in there.
And I didn't fault him for it. I just said I was never going to see him if I had a cold.
All right, ceramic carapace is +10 +6. Okay, very good. And then ceramic battle dress for the combat dudes and Bishop. Bishop's just gonna be like,
Les, I'm sorry, what notes should I note down about this ceramic battle dress?
other than, well, basically +12 +18. So it's 12. It's got +12 against any weapon, and then 18 versus lasers and fire,
Fire and energy.
and yeah, any sort of energy weapons.
I'm sorry, +18 versus fire and energy.
Right,
And
basi-
lasers.
and lasers, which is important for if you're fighting guys with laser katanas.
Yeah.
So the idea is when I say +12 +18 plus, that those kinds of things, that's essentially a damage reduction, right? So say I am I'm a Kzinti and I hit
You're a
you.
Kzinti.
I'm a Kzinti and I hit you with my laser katana for 35 points of damage, right? So your armor is treated for lasers, so you get so 18 comes off, and then there's only 17 more points of damage that actually gets through and kills you.
Right.
Or hurts you. I don't know that it'll kill you. Might kill you.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Got it. Okay,
It's a toss.
great. I will take that. Les, Mallory is armed with an assault shotgun. It's essentially a automatic shotgun. So you pull the trigger and
Right, 4 shots.
right. Which is totally wacky. I like it. But is there anything else here that I should consider? I mean, are there any laser rifle bombs or
Well, I think this one, is really suited to Mallory. If you look on screen, you'll see it says antique rifle, a musket or other primitive
It's
rifle.
a musket.
I was thinking more about page 131.
Okay. Wait, I'm shuddering to think. This is like 18 pages ahead of what I'm looking at.
I know,
So
I know.
let's take
Yeah.
a look, shall we?
Scroll down.
All right, 130. Was I on one? No, I'm on 112. Hold on a second. The page
Oh.
numbers don't match. I hate that.
Aren't those tanks at 130 there? Chuck?
No, on 131.
Ah, here we go.
It is the medium autocannon. No, that's the light one. There you go.
All right,
That's
this is
painless from Predator.
belt-fed weapon engaging light armored vehicles and aircrafts, generally mounted on This is a vehicle-mounted weapon.
And so was painless from Predator. It was normally an aircraft mounted weapon. And Jesse the Body Ventura was carrying that sucker.
Yep.
And that was a 30
Yeah.
cal rotary machine gun. That's what I picture Eric with. Medium, but just get some.
Well, they have a light autocannon.
Going down an entire forest trying to kill one thing.
These all are mounted weapons.
He's strong enough.
You've scoured the back corners of the weapons locker, and you don't find any armored vehicles or anything like that. So
Well, can't he mount it on another player?
well, no, not really. I mean, that doesn't work real well either. So let's.
I mean, how much of an encumbrance could that be?
Yeah, that's under the artillery section. All right, here we go. Light machine gun. Incredibly high rate of fire.
Mhm.
The auto score is doubled and has to be, but the weapon must be left to cool for 2 rounds after it's been done. And it has, so there's that. Grenade launcher, plasma jet, ultimate expression of the flamethrower.
On 118 less, they've got plasma rifles
Okay.
and a stagger laser rifle, which could be an upgrade for Mallory.
40 watt range.
300?
Just what you see.
Yeah.
I
You can see it, you can
still
shoot it.
picture Eric with a medium autocannon.
All right, plasma rifle. Here we go.
He's Jesse the Body Ventura. I ain't got time to bleed. You got time to duck?
Alright.
I don't know why I'm looking at weapons. I literally can't shoot any of them. The pea shooter on page whatever, that's what I can shoot without.
That would be the
being
safest
involved.
thing.
Slingshot kind of thing. Doing, that kind of thing. I think you get a laser pistol and get in the fight, man. I mean, you'll have a laser pistol. What's the guy gonna do to you with a katana? He can't hurt you.
I have a laser pistol, a personal defense laser.
There you go. Perfect. This is the ultimate fighting weapon, hand to hand.
That's what I've got.
So,
All right, plasma rifle. It's made small enough to fit into a rifle frame. The plasma rifle is high powered. It's designed to break through battle dress. I have to check the damage on this. What does 1DD mean? I don't know. We'll have to check
I
that.
thought
So
it was 10D. I thought that was.
I think it was a typo.
It's-
It's supposed to be
yeah,
10D.
It's
Right.
10D. Yeah, but yeah. So there you go. It is essentially a plasma reactor with a handle and a trigger.
Yeah, basically.
But that doesn't have an auto feature. The stagger laser rifle,
It's-
2 below that, has
Yep.
auto 2, auto 3.
Yeah,
It's
the 3.
it's technology level 16. Isn't that the max?
Not for the Affront. Not
Okay.
for Terran. So so yeah, there's a stagger laser rifle, which is auto 3, which would be 6 shots. It functions in 0G, which you probably aren't gonna have to worry about, but you might. So keep in mind the weapons and armor that you select now will be available to you when you are dispatched to go into the Ursay station.
right. So okay. I'm gonna get the ceramic battle dress and the really heavily automatic laser rifle. What should I type here?
Well, the stagger laser rifle is good. We'll look at grenades here in a minute. So that's probably, I mean, you're talking 6 shots that do 5D plus 3 per hit. You have a 100-round magazine. Works in 0G. It's good. Yeah, it's basically a automatic laser rifle.
That's great. You know what? I will get that.
Okay.
That's fine. I wish I could carry all of my guns at the same time. I realize I can't.
Why can't you?
Well, I have it's a gigantic shotgun with a magazine.
You put it in
Um,
that sling. It's for close encounters.
I'll be your caddy. I'll just carry your weapons for you to shoot.
It always reminds me. I was once watching a African American comedian. And he's like, I love history movies. I love movies that are true to the time of history. So I was really excited to watch Robin Hood, and he was like Kevin Costner. Yeah, he's like who was the guy who played Will Scarlet in that? He was the guy who played Christian Slater. Will Scarlet. He's like Morgan Freeman. He goes. There was no brothers in England during Robin Hood time.
Wars, man.
And
He was a Moor.
and he was like, "What was Morgan
Wars
Freeman doing
conquer
there?" It's like, "What
almost
is he,
half
the
the
arrow caddy?" And I was like, "It was rude, and it was borderline racist, but it was pretty funny." I had to say.
Morgan Freeman's character would be part of the the new movie, the Order of Magical Negroes or whatever that. That David
Oh
Allen
yeah,
put out,
yeah.
where
That
it's
looks
always
funny
like
too.
this folksy black man comes out to support the white character, whatever, and it's not a good look for us as a society.
No, well, we're doing the best with what we got.
Yeah, I really like David Allen Greer though. I remember him from In Living Color. Remember he always played the jazz musician, wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Here it go, and just started jamming.
I gotta tell you, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of who's the guy who was on he worked with it was the two guys that were a comedy team, and he makes horror movies now.
Keenan and
Keenan
Peele.
Peele.
That's
Jordan
him.
Peele and
Jordan Peele, that's it.
Keegan Michael Key.
And Key and Peele, right. And so I've watched part of Nope, and I gotta be honest with you, I couldn't get into it.
I thought it was
Really?
I thought it was
Yeah.
really funny. It was intense, and it can be a little draggy, but I thought it was a great premise.
I
Yeah.
may have to try it again.
Yeah.
Because I had high hopes, because I've seen. I love his comedy work. He's a
Yeah,
super funny dude.
Yeah. I mean, there's some dark humor in this, but it's pretty dark.
They did a thing. Key and Peele did a thing about black people in the zombie apocalypse, and it was called Racist Zombie Apocalypse.
Yeah,
Did you
I
see
saw
that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, was that funny? The
Zombie
zombies are
walk-
like,
Walks right by him and he goes, "You see that? That's bullshit."
Yeah.
and he goes in the backyard. They're having a barbecue.
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey, it's zombie apocalypse," that kind of thing. Finally, this is paying off. It was great.
The very
Absolutely great.
first episode, my wife and I like to do that, or he's talking to Key and Peele in the first episode, talking about their wife did something crazy, and I said, "Beans," and he goes, "You really said the word? You said the word bitch?" He goes, "Well, I almost said the word."
Yeah.
and then their wives appear in the room right behind him, like, "Oh, what are you doing here, honey?" And
What are
then they go down to the basement, and they're down there, and they're like, "And then she did this, and she bought $500 of this thing," and I was like, "Beans." You said the word? You really said the word? Yeah, it was hilarious.
All right. You guys see Mallory sort of very expertly moving through the gun racks, and he selects a stagger laser rifle and then tries on some ceramic battle armor for thing. And he's like, "Yes, this will do nicely."
Where we get to pick more than one thing?
Well, you get armor and weapons. It depends. Yeah. So there's also some grenades there as well.
Oh, really? Grenades? Grenades. Grenades.
Do they have
Um,
anything that would be droid related?
Like that will kill droids?
No, that
A
are
Roomba
droids.
grenade.
That's what I
Oh
was
no,
asking,
nothing like
yeah.
that. This is personal weapons. Yeah.
So I can't get a Roomba Claymore.
That's what I was asking for the urban pacifier, robot, like the thing from RoboCop, that can't go down the stairs.
Where can't go down the stairs.
Oh yeah.
Dang it.
No, what
You
I
have
was
10
actually
seconds to comply.
what I was actually looking at are creeper assassins or what's the other one called? Spider bombs.
Yeah, they wouldn't
They wouldn't take those.
the Affront wouldn't necessarily even see those as being valuable to take. The Affronters, they're really sort of into that whole personal combat thing.
Right.
So yeah, like robotic bombs and things like that. They would find that a little distasteful. They certainly wouldn't encourage it. Grenades are different. You throw an actual grenade at a guy, that's okay.
How many lead
Right.
grenades can we carry? Because that's part of my.
Well, a couple of pistols and a rifle. I mean, there are. I mean, to answer Andrew's question from earlier, yeah. If you have to pick out a couple of guns, you can pick out a couple of guns.
I'm gonna take, since I'm not, can't take the heavy weapon, I'm taking 2 light, like handheld weapons.
All right.
Pistols, but I was also gonna take, 3 or 4, grenades of a mixture.
Here's what you
Well-
should take right here. This is what you want. The knuckle
Brass
duster
knuckles.
with spikes.
Brass
I think
knuckles.
ultimately that would be the fairest representation of your martial prowess against an 8-foot tall tiger
Yeah, bad kitty, man.
with a laser katana. I mean, if you could beat him with this, you might actually become an honorary affront guy.
Yes, yeah, in
And
perpetuity,
you would
not
join-
perpetuity,
you would join-
memoriam.
Yeah,
You would join
Is-
Dr. Wagner because Dr. Wagner was awarded ordinary honorary affront guy last time
it'd
for
be in memoriam, in memory of.
Yeah, it
you'd
would be in the
get-
memoriam reel. In the arms of an angel.
Seventide to be like, everyone loved him. You know, he was
Play
he
the
was one
Sarah
of my favorite
McLachlan.
humans.
Play the Sarah McLachlan.
Play the Sarah
Roll-
McLachlan song.
Oh, and I
I
forgot,
will
we're specifically
remember.
going up against cats. I want to try to
Okay.
get a feather on a string on a stick and a laser pointer.
Laser
Laser
pointer.
pointer. I want the
That's
laser
how-
pointer.
You poke the laser pointer on Seventide. They all converge. What happens if Seventide gets killed while you guys are hunting? You guys are that's not going to be easy.
We bring some duct tape to patch him up. I was gonna
All
get a
He's
personal
also
defense
said,
laser.
"Don't give him to the doctor if he gets hurt."
I looked at, I was
Yeah.
gonna look at the mag rail pistol, but it looked a little heavy, so I was gonna do the personal defense laser and the hand flamer.
Okay, hold on a second. Let's see. Do you got a page on that?
Yes, hand flamer is 115 and PDL is 116.
All right, 115. Of course. Thank you for not doing what I want. Not you. Here we go. All right. What about the James Bond spear gun? I think that'd be
yeah.
fun. All right, hand
Hand flamer.
flamer. All right, perfect. Yeah, no, that's viable. Blast 2 and causes fire, so you might accidentally light the place on fire, but why not?
Well, I was considered to flesh out their quarry, and
So blast 2 works in 5 or 2 meter increments, right? So blast 2 would be a 4, yeah, like a 4 meter or 6 meter essentially
Zone.
blast zone.
nice. Let me get all ripply on it. And then a personal defense laser is page 116.
Here we go.
Right
Personal
there.
defense laser, 25 round mag. Excellent. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Don't forget, for those of you who have mags, there are extra mags to be handed if you want to do that. So you're
Yeah,
not
oh,
you
yeah,
don't
we
run out
got-
of
yeah.
shots.
And then I don't think I rolled down a page just right after this. So the grenades start right after. I think right after this.
So this personal defense laser is quite good. It's auto 2, which means you get 4 shots per round.
I better take 3 or 4 magazines then.
Yeah, you don't want to run out where you're gonna have to throw it at the guy.
Why do they always throw it in every movie? They always throw it.
It's like, I'll never find another magazine again. Here, go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
once again, John Wick 4. He takes the gun apart and throws it at the guy in 2 parts.
He does really.
Yes. He takes a slide off and hits one guy with that, and then throws the other part at someone else.
I did like the gauntlet laser, but it felt a little hokey to have that on my arm.
It's kind of cool.
Good for 0G.
Yeah, it's got a backpack.
Yeah,
Is
I
how
didn't
that
wanna wear
that runs.
I decided I want a backpack of grenades instead. The mazer pistol I like too. The magnetic pistol, the mag rail pistol, the mazer pistol, and the one I chose are my 3 favorites.
Gotcha.
Matter
Okay.
disintegrator.
That personal defense laser is quite good.
Yeah, for the size and weight. Hey,
All right, now now we're
Here's
talking
Dr.
Dr. Wagner.
Wagner's.
Cryo rifle, still right there with it. Blast 3, excellent. That gives a nice big blob of cryogenic stuff. You gonna stick with the trusted cryo?
I don't. Oh,
Or do you want
Hold
the,
on. You know what? You got a good thing going. Let me check the thing and see if there's other cryo weapons in here.
I think you should get the Ellen Ripley flame rifle there.
All right, cryo rifle, cryojet. Now here's a cryojet. In one way, the opposite of a flamethrower. The cryojet projects a stream of cryogenically chilled liquid, which will do massive damage. Its primary use is to freeze the joints of armor, temporarily incapacitating the target. If the target is wearing any kind of sealed armor, it has to be, it might think. Look at this, blast 5, but it is bulky.
well, I've already got
So-
bulky armor, so
Disposable plasma launcher. There's your bazooka right there.
Yeah, there you go. Disposable plasma launcher.
That if
Smart
any of you
weapon,
guys-
though.
If any of you guys played XCOM, this is the silver football launcher.
I don't know. You want to go with a cryojet?
I don't know if
Ed?
I can handle bulky when I've already got that advanced poly.
All right. I could.
I mean, otherwise I would. I mean, maybe I could.
You
would bet-
don't have to, certainly. It just seems like cryo is your thing.
Well,
They call
you
him
know,
Dr. Freeze. Everybody chill.
Be Dr.
Come on,
Freeze.
there's always a little room for.
yeah. How much of a hindrance would it be?
So let me check. So let me see what the rules are. But probably it would be hinder 1 on a shot, but or just lugging it around. Well, you know what it'd be is not so much. It wouldn't be hindering on the shot. It would be hindering on other things that aren't firing the weapon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like if you need to jump over something, this will be a problem. If you need to
Hinder one-
fire at
hinder-
somebody, it's already there.
To equate it to something you would really, it'd be a hinder 1 would be like a small child in the cereal aisle begging you for their favorite cereal. That's a hinder 1, right? A hinder 3 is 5 of them trying to, holding onto your legs, trying to drag you down to buy their favorite cereal.
How much more powerful is it than the cryo rifle?
The cryojet rifle does
Your
4D of damage and has blast 5, which is a huge blob. Let's see, where is
What's the range on it? I think the range is much better on the cryo rifle. No, it's the same.
cryo rifle does 4D of damage and a smaller
Blast
blob, so it's
3.
more
That's blast
targeted.
3, yeah.
I think I'm gonna stick with the cryo rifle I've got. I can't handle more bulk. But maybe get a personal pistol or laser pistol. I'm not sure.
Okay. That personal defense laser that he did, automatic weapons, hand round, 25 round magazine, fully automatic, but also semi-automatic as per your wishes. It is a little bit bigger than a regular laser pistol, but quite manageable.
Okay, maybe I'll do that. A personal defense laser.
This is what Bishop carries, correct?
Yeah.
Personal
arm?
defense laser. It's a
Okay.
nice little gun.
I was thinking Captain, not Bishop, sorry.
Yeah, because it's small and it doesn't cause me problems.
A little bigger than the noisy cricket, but it'll do the job.
Right.
3D3 per shot. 4 shots. That's solid. That's solid damage delivery.
I should probably grab some extra bags.
Just grab the mags you need.
Okay.
Want to go down to 119? That's the grenades.
You want to step down? I know there's several of you. Gawker, Wagner, you've got the cryo. Bishop, you taking anything else? Or Captain Black? I know that he's doing. You can see Dan's doing a bunch of math over there, so he's got some ideas cooking. He's got some shit cooking off. We're not
Stagger
sure what he's
rifle
doing.
was the one I wanted all along. Staggered laser rifle, same one.
So you're getting that as well.
Eric's taking. Yep. Eric and I will be similarly kitted out.
All right. You won't even be able to tell the difference. Which one's Mallory? Which one's the captain? I don't know. Nobody knows.
We're both going to look like the guy from Halo anyway.
Les, I did want to ask way back up on 106. There's a piston fist. And can I use that? Can I have that as my off arm, my off shooting arm?
Please, Daddy, can I have it, please?
What was the number on the what page is it now?
106. 106.
106. Piston fist, a heavy metal forearm with a built-in pneumatic ram. Absolutely, you can have that.
I figure that's for close encounters there.
I don't know. I'm saving this for close encounters. Where you're just gonna be like, it's an extendo fist.
The knuckle blaster is 5D of there's shotgun shells in your fingers.
Oh, wait.
Hey, Les,
Oh, that's
Gotcha.
true. Yep.
on that spreadsheet, I do have a knuckle blaster.
Do you?
Yep, that I purchased before.
So for those of you who can successfully punch things, You can
Well,
punch
if
it.
I ever get grappled, I'm just gonna punch it then. It does
Yeah.
5D.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Because it's 3 shotgun shells that are
But
loaded.
then you
Right,
got to
right.
reload it. It's a one and done. You got to reload it, which takes
Well-
2 actions. two rounds basically to reload the thing because
Well,
you're
if you-
pulling.
if you're-
Where are my
well,
shells?
If
I'm
you've
hoping
used
that
it
when
and
it
you have
get
time to
grappled,
reload it, it
it's
means you're
down
still
enough where
alive.
5D will kill it.
If you used it and have time to reload it, it means you're still alive. Otherwise,
Right.
it won't be a problem for you to reload it because you'll be dead.
All right, so stagger laser and for Black and Mallory. Bishop has got the PDL and anything else?
No, I just got the armor. I had the personal defense laser.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they don't have any electronics, but he did mention that they have security drones in the arena.
They do.
So if I can hack one of those, I can have as many weapons as they have.
Okay.
Well, they have laptops and stuff on this list here. You can
Yeah,
hack
but
the
he
kids.
said the stuff that the Affront would have taken is only armor and personal weapons and melee weapons. So they don't have any drones or electronics or anything like that.
Not in this room, no.
When we get
And
down
they
to
wouldn't feel like it was a
Yeah, they wouldn't think that stuff was valuable.
Right.
So I've got a good laptop. I've got all that stuff already.
All right.
I think I'm probably as good as I'm going to be. I'm not meant for combat situations.
How
Maybe I
many
should
grenades?
maybe I should look at drugs and see if there's something that calms the nerves.
How many grenades can I carry less?
Each of you can carry up to 3 grenades. So you want to take a look at the grenade list?
Yeah, it's 119. I think I got my list here.
God darn it.
I'm gonna do a plasma, an electromagnetic pulse, and
What?
EMP grenade?
yep, that's for those drones. And a plasma is on the next page. 8 dice of damage.
Please don't EMP me, bro.
And maybe do I want a smoke or a frag grenade?
See, that's why I have those FOF tags.
Well, EMP grenades. So let just a
It's
real
in a
quick look
pretty
at that.
small area, yeah.
Blast 6. That is quite a large area,
Ooh.
and a lot of you have neural lace and otherwise technology that works on that kind of
maybe I
stuff.
won't do okay. I won't do the
Well,
EMP.
I mean, at the right moment, far away from everybody else, it could be very valuable.
Okay, 1 EMP, 1 plasma. Oh, blast 9 for the frag. I think that's a pretty big blast too.
Yep.
Or do I want smoke to cover ourselves? No, I think I want to see everything. I don't need a tiger creeping up with a laser katana and a frag. Okay, I got one of each.
All right.
Anybody else taking grenades?
I have a question.
Sure.
The aerosol grenade says
Mhm.
it diffuses lasers fired through it. Would it have any effect on the lasers of a sword?
Not as much. The laser fire through it. Basically, what it does is it creates particulates in the air, which
Right.
divide the light beam. It would reduce the damage somewhat, probably by a dice if you had one around you. Like if you were in the middle of an aerosol, and the lasers would be somewhat disrupted. They just wouldn't do as much damage, but it wouldn't disrupt the shot.
On the next
Right.
page is a short bow if you want to play the Hunger Games with these Kzinti.
No, but I think I'll take 2 aerosol grenades
Okay.
in case one of them gets up close and personal. Reducing their damage is a good idea.
Definitely.
You don't want to save a frag for yourself. Next
For
one,
suicide at the end, you mean?
thermal smoke, trank gas.
Trank gas, thermal smoke, which disrupts IR. You don't think that they, Dr. Wagner, give me a quick medical check, would you?
I don't
I
think it
sure
disrupts my
would.
line of sight to laser katana cats.
I don't remember how I had my.
Oh, sorry. Here we go.
D20.
Yeah, D20 plus 6 plus 3, add 9 to it.
Okay.
Add 9 to it.
16.
16. All right, yeah. So you know that Kzinti do not see in the infrared range. So a thermal a thermal grenade won't provide any a thermal smoke grenade won't provide any additional cover.
You can keep one handy in case we meet a predator somewhere.
Mallory, Captain Black, grenades?
Nope.
Yes, sir.
No grenades.
Compound bow, spear, javelin.
Change of underwear?
You know,
The doctor is not very he would probably end up throwing the grenade backwards or to the side.
so
Think how much fun that Seventide would find that.
That's true.
how many plasma grenades can I get?
Up to 3.
3.
Mhm.
I'll take 3.
Okay. 3 plasmas.
Well,
Oh,
can I
awesome.
also grab them and give them to Mallory when he asks?
Sure, if you want.
Oh, sure. I'll take 3 Mr. Graves. Anything else you'd like, or would you just like more plasma?
You know,
Yeah, I only took 2, so I still have another one I can take if you want that.
But you still have to carry it for him though.
As long as I don't have to throw them, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
you know, I just
That's
think
how I feel about
it. In certain situations, a plasma grenade is just the thing.
The best possible answer to some to an awkward question.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll take 3.
And I'll take 1.
I'll take 3.
I'm holding it for Graves.
I'm just holding it for a
It's- yeah,
friend.
it's not mine,
Looking for a
officer.
friend. Yeah, it's like, are you holding plasma grenade? You got plasma grenade? Dime bag?
Not mine. It's my friend Mallory Graves.
Well, I mean, I don't plan to carry all of these grenades on my person as I enter combat.
That's why you have us.
Yeah, that's what you guys grenade caddies. Would you like to go with the plasma or the plasma?
Here, have a plasma.
Have a plasma evening.
I think you guys should just get a strip of Velcro and just attach all the plasma grenades to Mallory's body armor and wait for a Kzinti with a laser to just sort of like cut through them and ignite like 6 of them at a time.
Right.
Yeah.
That could
Exactly.
be fun.
No, I know the value of a well-placed grenade. I would like to accumulate an inventory, but everything in its time.
Good deal. All right. Anybody else?
Does Seventide have any slaves that can carry things in inventory?
Not into the hunting ground itself. So they do have. They don't call them slaves; they're servants. Essentially, the Affront have 2 kinds of servants. One are genetically modified, essentially animals from their home environment that they've over the centuries genetically modified to be subordinate species that do a lot of the donkey work. They do a lot of serving. Sometimes they are victims of the Affront's sort of sadistic tendencies. Then the other kind of servant is affronters who have either been damaged, who have either been damaged to the point in combat that they are effectively non-functional from a combat perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And so they are subsequently relegated to servanthood, or those who are either stunted juveniles or come from lower castes who have been, in some cases, genetically modified, in some cases, physically modified, like having their tentacles cut off to render them as to servanthood status.
He did say tentacles, right? I got uncomfortable there.
Yeah, yeah, tentacles. So they will think of like the runt of a litter, right? So they will take that creature, that affronter, and they will maim it in ways that are both entertaining to them and relegate it to servant status. and that's all it will ever be. Between those are the kind of creatures that you have seen on the Affronter ship that are sort of their servants. Now they wouldn't consider them to be slaves in the traditional sense, but they're effectively slaves. Now in this case, they absolutely would not be allowed in the hunting zone. That is for affronts only. The one you guys are using is Colonel Seventide's personal hunting preserve. So no one is allowed to use it without his express permission.
Right.
Okay. Just a thought.
No,
Might be a
totally
chance
understand.
to carry more weapons.
Just a C3PO droid. Pardon me, sir. Would a grenade come in handy right
Right.
now?
Yeah. What Chuck said.
And it comes a little door opens up on him and a grenade rolls into like a soda coming out of a college fridge into those little racks,
Ooh,
you know?
Yeah.
No,
There you
not
go.
R2, C3PO.
Oh, okay. I was thinking an R2.
The diplomat droid.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Pardon me.
I'm here to serve you, sir. Would you like a plasma grenade? And just have him follow Eric around.
With that sort of mincing walk.
Yeah. I say, this looks quite dangerous. Would you like a plasma grenade?
I think Mallory
Is-
Graves is probably sporting wood right now.
Is that a two-legged tiger wearing weirdly homoerotic armor? Well, yes, it is.
This situation
Well, then
calls
have
for
a plasma
grenade. Exactly.
All right, so grenades, weapons, armor, are we good? Is everybody kitted out the way they want to be?
I think so.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
each of you, for those of you who have automatic weapons or magazine-fed weapons, each of you have 4 total magazines. So one in the gun, and 3 additional magazines.
Damn it.
Okay.
I have to change my inventory.
How many did you have on there?
Oh, only
100?
10 or
10? I can see it with the web gear on, like the Gravy Seals with all their AR-15 things in the chest plate thing.
Well, hey, if you didn't set limits, I thought I was being modest, really.
Yeah, that's when you pull out the weight the weight limit thing. You're like, okay, so you're 800 pounds overweight. Yeah, you can't move.
Dr. Wenders, can I borrow that graviton belt again?
I have the John Wick magazines. They apparently carry 3,000 rounds.
Yeah, it's one magazine that just never ends.
And you
In-
can
they-
change them in less than a
in-
second.
In the never-ending Hollywood magazine.
Well, you know what I love? Magazines are cheap. Not even by a stretch. What I love is when you're watching a movie and they eject the mag and then they pull out and then the mag just goes flying off.
Oh, they just throw the magazine
and then they
away.
slap another one in and move on with their lives. And I'm like, that's like $60 you just threw on the ground. What are you doing?
Or more.
Go back and get that.
Some
Yeah,
of-
magazines
some
are
of-
expensive.
Some of the competition 9mm are $160 for a magazine.
Jeez.
Oh, wow.
Shit. Really?
Yeah. So you go tunk and throw it out,
Yeah,
tunk, throw it out. There's like 160.
For a
Take the last
even,
one and shoot yourself.
even with my fart ass $50 ones, I'm like, when it's time to change mags, I'm like, okay, very gently, I'm gonna pull it out, lay it gently on the thing. Don't forget that, and then take my other one. Okay, we're good. And this is expensive stuff. That's like throwing when you were talking about John Wick breaking apart a gun and throwing it at people. I'm like, it's like $500 worth of gun you're
Yeah.
throwing at a guy. You're not gonna
Tighten
do
your
that.
belt for later. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
get a rock.
No, that's like
Swing by
$4,000
Walmart
worth
later.
of gun.
Oh, I don't know what kind of gun it was, but yeah, even
that's his is like the ones they use
Yeah,
in
his is
that.
like custom made.
He's
No,
like
really?
got it's like
Ghost
a
gun.
$4,500 gun. And he took the slide off, so that's a $2,500 piece, and he banged some guy in the head with that. They took the handpiece and he banged some guy in the head with that. I'm like, you've knocked down, not even out. You've knocked down 2 guys for $5,000.
assassination, I guess, pays well. I don't know.
It
what do
must.
you? What's
And
a
gold
what's a,
coins. That's the only denomination of money they have, apparently, is these large gold coins. You want a
What?
pizza or clean up a body? Cost the same.
what? They used in John Wick. They pay each other in gold coins.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the only
it's special
denomination of money
coins
you
as
ever
a
see.
token of right.
of their assassin brotherhood or whatever.
Right.
You want a hotel room? It's a gold coin. You want
It's a
to
gold
body? It's
coin?
a gold coin.
If you
One
want
gold
Fuck my
coin for
dog,
anything.
gold coin.
if you want a cleanup crew to come out to your house and clean up the 6 bodies that are dead in your living room, that's 6
Six
gold
gold
coins.
coins. Yep.
Oh Christ! So
I
there
mean,
was a. It reminds me
Like
that
a
you guys
ultimate barter
remember?
system.
Oh, go ahead. What
Right.
were you saying?
No, you go. I said ultimate barter system. What were you saying?
I was going to say, you guys remember the old Wormy cartoon from the old Dragon magazines back in the 80s and 90s, way back
Yeah.
when?
I do.
There was one, and I always laugh. There's this guy like runs into a bar, and he's literally dragging. He's holding. You can see he's like hunched over. And he's got this enormous gold coin in his hand. He goes over to the bar and he slams it down. It's like boom, as it lands on the thing. He goes, "I'd like a shot of Mad Jack Red." And the bartender kind of looks at him and goes, "You got anything smaller?" So he reaches around his pocket and pulls out a giant ruby the size of a grapefruit. He's like, "How about this?" And I'm like, how the hell can you pay it for shit with gold coins? That's crazy. All right.
I'm getting us started on how much a gold coin weighs. We'll be here all day.
You can't take all the gold coins with you. It's too heavy.
It was a good idea. Gordon ruined it. I'm just
It was the
Dating
ultimate
that
trolling. I loved it.
So do you
I always
think
wanted to do that.
Google is using our videos and YouTube as part of their large language models? And if so,
Oh yeah.
how do you think
Absolutely.
we're going to be affecting how AIs respond?
Well, I don't know about you, but when I use ChatGPT more often, I'm seeing the words tiger penis over and over again. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, we're
But
seeing a
it
real
seems-
spike in tiger penises over the last month. We
There's
really
a
want
this guy at the
get into
mothership
this.
going, what Ewok pelts? What's going on here?
somebody called in.
The guy at Disney's like,
So yeah, I guess those
damn.
keywords have gotten more expensive on Google AdWords.
it's
Definitely
Google's
have.
a shit show
Like
nowadays.
if you want Ewok pelt, the price is quadrupled.
Google's a shit show nowadays. It's a car going off the rails. I don't know what they've done,
Pay to
but
click. Yeah,
it's
they've gone insane with their some of their stuff.
I mean they're just essentially they've got the commandment. They're trying to get everybody to do things to let them handle it and just pour money in the top of a black box and hope for the best. And I'm like, they're not going to put up with that. I mean, but you know what continually amazes me? How many major sophisticated advertisers will absolutely 100% put up with that. I got into an argument with one of our guys in France because he said that what I talk about is stupid because Google says it's otherwise. Google says this. You're wrong. And I'm like, really? You're telling me Google's got your best interest at heart. It's like
Trust
the
the
IRS
big
doing your
G.
taxes.
Trust
Don't give me.
Since this is being recorded, I'd like to let the BG know that
I really believe in Google. I think they're a wonderful.
Yeah, the opinions mentioned here are those.
Please do not send your G assassins out to my house.
Not me. I'm gonna go John Wick on their asses. I just had to find a $4,000 gun and a gold coin.
And a never-ending magazine. That's very important.
Never-ending magazine. If I could get that, that'd be perfect. All right, so you guys got what you want from the gun shop?
Well, we got all we could carry. Let's put it that way.
All right, sounds good. Well, you guys walk out of there, and Seventide has actually come down from the flag bridge, and he's like standing there. He's like, perfect. You guys look fantastic. I especially like Captain. You and our new good friend Mallory, who kitted out. I wondered what those human-shaped suits were good for. We knew they were quite rigid, but we weren't sure what sort of armor. We don't really go in for armor as an affronters, but we understand that humans are quite delicate and would need some sort of coverall that will protect you. Excellent work. And he's like, we will proceed to the hunting zone in just a few minutes. If you need anything else, just let us know, and I will meet you there.
Some lemonade.
Dr. Wagner, are you going to bring a med kit in? Because as I
Yes.
recall, several
I
of us
always
were near
have.
death.
I always
Several
have
of
a
us near
field
death
med kit.
last time.
I never leave home without my medical kit.
All right, you've got your medical kit, the Ketamine Express.
Yes.
I will get
Anyone
my
want to
flask.
get high? Line up.
I got my
Anybody wanna
flask
get
of
high?
Pappy or Tufik ale.
Andrew's med kit's nickname is Towley.
Towley. Wanna get high?
want to get high? And Bishop, I assume you're bringing various electronic gadgets, including a powerful data slate and computer.
Yes.
Excellent. Anybody else bringing other materials with them other than guns and ammo?
Whiskey.
You
I'm
bringing a bottle of Tufik with you, just in case?
A bulletproof flask, of course. Yeah, laserproof flask.
A laser-proof flask.
There you go.
Handy in a pinch.
Can't get it cut in half by an angry tiger.
All right, sounds
These
good.
tigers are like, the Seventide's like telling the tigers that they're coming for your penises, boys. Just to
Keep
send
one
them
hand
into
on your
a
goodies.
berserk rage.
My wristwatch had a computer +1 to skills as part of it. Just let you know.
Oh,
Do you
you're
just
talking about-
make this stuff up as we go?
No, this was on the shopping. This is in the Central Supply
I love it,
catalog.
yeah.
Which you just added like a minute ago.
No, I sent a spreadsheet to Les when we had the buttload of cash for
Which has
our
a
buys.
macro in it that updates
No.
based on the file on your. Come on, Don.
Oh, I'm the one cheating. Have you seen what everyone else loaded out?
We all know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Look, how many plasma grenades do you have?
I have
How many,
three.
how many plasma
carrying
grenades are
them
you going to
for,
throw?
Eric.
Yeah, I'm holding them for a friend. All right, cool. All right, so a few minutes pass, and then you see. Hold on, where's my thing? Here we go. You see. You see. Seventide, Colonel Seventide, with a couple of servants, and they are essentially strapping him into this sort of very ornate, metallic-looking framework that sort of goes over him and that kind of stuff. And you can see there are several what look like guns, frankly, that are sort of attached to the framework. And he sort of, he's got several tentacles that he's sort of wrapping around, and he's keeping his paddle tentacles free in case of close encounters, and he is essentially getting ready to go. And very soon he is ready. He's like, "Are we ready?"
Do we have a choice?
As I'll ever be.
Not really.
Take these creepy tigers off the screen. They're
Not
freaking me
really.
out.
All right, then let us
Here
begin.
we go. Dun, 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 dun.
Where is everybody?
Upper left.
Upper left.
I
Can you
left.
guys, can you guys see okay? Could everybody see themselves?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. And there is Seventide in all his glory. Can't really see anything on the thing now, but if you guys
Right.
can see yourself, that's great. You guys are all ready to go. This is the starting area. You guys will go over to, can you see this area here?
Yes.
All right, that's going to be your gate into the
room.
into the room. Mm-hmm. And so he'll tell you that if you remember from last time, it's largely sort of like a wooded area. He'll say, the Kzintis will enter on the southern gate at the same time we enter the northern gate, and then that is when the hunt will begin. Does anybody ultimately the hunt ends when, and he sort of says this very levelly, either they are all killed or we are all killed. And he's sort of like, I'm sure it will come in our favor, though. Probably. Yeah, I'm sure nobody will get killed.
Probably.
But he says, are you guys ready to begin?
Do it.
Yes.
All
Ready.
right. You hear him give an order in Affronter language, and you hear pff, as the door opens up, and he goes in. Followed by you guys. I'm just going to move you guys into the.
Well, I'm not going in.
I'm
I hang out outside.
staying with the pilot.
All right. Can you guys see okay?
Yep.
Darn it.
Yeah, why am I in the front? No.
Tradition. Okay.
No.
No.
All right. If you guys want to get into a formation, hold on. There's nothing coming up on screen, so I am going to give.
Just pile it on top of each other. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Hold on a sec. Let's see if this works. Nope, didn't work. Hold on a second. Limited field. Token, bright light.
Yeah, I've got
distance.
grenades for Mallory, so I'm right by Mallory.
All right.
All players see light. Here we go. Let's try this. Ah, why is it not working?
What's not working?
I'm trying to well, you see, if you look on the recording screen, it's just black. And I'm trying.
Give the recording screen control of our characters.
Hold everything. That might actually work. Ah,
It-
indeed.
Enough to work.
Let's see if this works. Ta-da! Oh, you're such a smart guy. All right, so there we go. You find yourselves in the thing, and they enter as well. The place is eerily quiet. You can hear in the distance the whir of some sort of automated system coming to life. Something has come up. You can hear also like sort of the gurgle of water as Seventide floats through, and he looks at you and says, "We should probably roll for initiative at this point, but in the meantime, let us devise a plan. How shall we go after these Kzinti?"
Coming to the bottom gate, you said?
Yes.
Is there, what's the best choke point? Can you even tell us that, Seventide? Like where we can, I was thinking maybe near the edge of one of these walks where we can have something solid to behind us, but still have a good clear view of down the way.
Well, don't forget they can go through the plants too. They're
Yeah.
not exactly walls.
But there's booby traps and whatnot out there, so I'm not sure going through the plants is gonna be a great idea.
Well, not for us, but I mean for them.
We're rolling for a niche.
Yeah, what's initiative again? A D20 plus what?
Plus whatever you want to burn for speed. In some cases, you already have edge and speed. Then you get automatically a +3. Other than that, if you want to burn some speed points, you can do that to enhance your initiative, but you don't have to.
How do you add a plus to these dice the way
I have
that
an
the
edge,
roller
so I
is?
get +1.
It's you use the advanced roller.
Use advanced roller.
Okay, let me go back. It's advanced D&D, Chad. Advanced.
You'll have to put mine in, Les. I don't. It doesn't.
Yeah, mine didn't come up either. I had
Macro,
my
yeah.
character selected, but
Yeah, same.
Okay. All right. Hold on a sec. Let me
We got-
let me get my guys in.
Psh, good thing I rolled a +2 or added a +2 to my roll. Jesus. Old Limpy will be in the back of the party. You guys go
You're f-
ahead.
Your first next round.
Yeah, first to go in the second round.
Just stake me out here in the middle of a clearing. I'm sure it'll be fine.
you make goat noises and attract them.
Trust you guys will get them before they get me, right?
I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah.
I kind of like to hear your goat noise before I rule on this as GM.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm ready to. bring that out
Les,
just yet.
I
We'll see.
selected Mallory and I rolled a 15, but I'm
Didn't
not.
go in.
I'm sorry.
It didn't go in.
No, I thought I had.
That's
Um,
what you
Hey,
said.
what are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. All right. Hold on a second. All right. Here we go. All right, Weber, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 5.
A 5. Okay, a gentleman's,
Gentleman's
5.
5.
All right. Let's see. Bishop Hawk, are you on there?
I rolled
No.
a 9.
9. Excellent.
I got a rock.
Yeah.
Dr.
got a
Wagner, what'd you
rock.
roll?
A rock. A 4.
A 4.
Wow. You're the
Okay.
only person I can look down on.
Jet Black.
I got a 13. I wasn't thrilled with it, but now I'm feeling really good about a 13.
I've got
and,
some meat to stand in front of me now.
Mehmet Tam is like the Flash, apparently.
Mallory, what'd you get?
15.
15. Ready to rock. All right, and let me check Seventide. Oh yeah, okay, he can do that. Not great. Okay, he's a big floaty gas bag, so that hinders him a bit. Whoops, not one.
Hurts my
No, I was gonna say, yeah.
Not a one. All right, let's do this. All right, so round one.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys have talked about, what was it, Weber, that you said that you thought would be a good idea?
I was thinking, oh, I'm on the wrong screen here. One second. One moment, please. All right. I was thinking that maybe something right here might be a good line of sight for this tide. I don't know how far this thing extends out. I don't really like, unless somebody else is going first, I don't really like feeling like stepping out into the jungle is going to be a great idea for my house.
I think we suggest that since Seventide is tall and can see above the trees, he should step forward. And we'll all just yield to let him
Scout.
do that.
I assume he's not going to tell us where all his traps and bots are. So
Well, he doesn't know. So so he wants it to be fun for him too. So the bots are programmed to go after anything that they detect moving. The other traps, which he's not going to tell you about, some of them are terrain based, and some of them will track you.
and 2 of them are skill challenges. No.
No, there's no more skill challenges, I promise.
I always remember the time that we were doing West Crown skill challenge and Don almost drowned falling off a boat.
Yeah, I know.
All we had to do was go like 20 feet across this little river and he couldn't do it.
I lost a character because of something like that. My friends, we were on the ocean and we got attacked by demons, and I was in the crow's nest, and he threw me in the ocean, and I couldn't swim, and I sank. That was lucky. My half orc bard, Scald, and Lucky died. So that was about this game. All right, round one.
Not bitter about it.
No, not at all.
Round one. Okay, so I'm not going first, so.
Shh.
They're all going right now.
We're hunting tigers.
Oh my god, they're so fast.
No, they're
Lions and
hunting
tigers
us.
and bears. Oh my.
Quiet.
They all went first, so they're hunting us.
Hunting squishy humans.
All right. Wait, oh, it's not his turn yet. All right, so Mehmet, you're first out of the guys.
Okay, guys, I'm going to
Go invisible.
So I'm gonna go invisible. He leaves the hunting reserve. He goes to the Kzinti, is like, I know where they are. I can help.
My wallet
I'll
is
show
empty.
you.
I moved south east, looking around, and I'm asking Mallory to come this way. I don't see anything yet. Just
Now
letting you
everybody
guys
see what
know.
happens to you before he decides to jump out there.
All right, where you're standing, you can hear through the grass, through the trees, sort of to your southwest. You can hear a couple of things. One is that the sound of flowing water is grown stronger. You can hear it easier. You also hear a humming noise. So, that power up noise is stronger where you're standing.
Okay.
Time for EMP.
All right, Mallory, you've moved. Anything you want to do? You can set off a plasma grenade, right? Sort of
Right
on your.
between the two of you, yeah.
I'm ready with my newly acquired laser rifle.
right.
I'm gonna miss that shotgun
I assume you have it in that same strap so that you can pull it for close encounters kind of thing.
Having a fully automatic shotgun, it's just fun, it is great. Wow. Okay.
Just glue
Anyway.
it upside down like Ripley did for Alien.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna be very quiet. I'm gonna crouch down a bit. I'm gonna try to hear what's there. I'm gonna try to look at. Do I see any tigers?
You do not see any tigers. Although give me a D20. Just a D20 roll. Yeah. Actually, this would be an intellect check. So if you want to burn, you could burn points if you want to. Seems pretty early.
Sure. Let me see.
But if you have edge and intellect, you can add 3.
Okay. I have kind of not a great intellect. It's actually 8. I'm gonna stay there. I'll just roll D20. I roll a 6. Yes, I roll.
Okay, 6. Yeah, no, you don't really see anything special or anything like that. So
I've got them exactly where they want me.
okay.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what, Mehmet? Give me a intellect check as well. And then Captain Gray, it'll be your turn.
Okay, hold on a second.
So you guys are splitting the party right away. I like that.
Definitely. Split up some more.
Oh.
So 2d6? No.
No, D20. What is your primary score?
It's-
Intellect? Is that where you have edge?
No, I do not have edge on intellect.
Okay.
I have it on speed and might, but not on intellect.
All right.
I have a pool of 10 though, but I'm just gonna roll the standard D20.
All right, hold on. Okay. 9. Yeah, you don't see anything either.
Okay.
Okay. Captain Gray.
So I'm gonna come to this corner here. I'm gonna crouch, kind of semi-hidden. And I'm looking towards the west,
All right.
Yeah.
On the
basically
third day, you'll
covering
see
our
handoffs.
6 so that everybody else can follow the main 2 out.
All right. D20, please, as you look. Intellect check.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you don't see anything.
Nothing.
Doesn't the woods look clear? You're thinking to yourself, this is gonna be a walk in the park, literally.
You're just gonna walk right up to us and die.
Okay.
They're out there. I just believe that there are tigers out there.
All right. Seventide looks around and is like, who should I go with? Mallory or Captain Black?
I'm just guarding the rear, Colonel. You head out with the guys.
You could see him sort of floating out this way. Up behind sorry, Tam and Mallory. Tam and Mallory, give me another D20 intellect check, please.
Sure.
There's a giant jellyfish closing on your position.
19. Woo.
19. Tam, what about you? 11. Tam,
11.
you don't see it at first, but Mallory, the first thing you see is you looking over and you see something nestled in the trees. It looks like, for lack of a better term, it looks like a giant camouflaged ball, essentially, with thousands of spikes protruding from it. There is also a small red light flashing on the edge of it that you can see. It's sort of like pointed downward, so it's kind of hard to see, but you can see this red light. When Seventide comes up and says, "Ha ha ha! The hunt is afoot, isn't it?" You see that light go from flashing red to full green.
Okay. All right. Interesting. I'm gonna not shoot at the glowing ball. I'm gonna be ready for any sign of any tigers.
Okay. Hold on a sec. All right, so you keep your eye on the Tigers, not paying attention to the ball. That's perfect. Seventide seems to be looking around. You can see on his metallic rig that he's got various kinds of readouts and things that are activated. He's definitely sort of like he's almost like what he's got is he's wearing almost a man portable. You remember in World War II where they had those things where it was like the dual guns that sort of go like this, and they were looking for
Oh yeah,
for like
Alter?
airplanes. Yeah,
Yeah.
sort of
Ball
dual
turret.
anti-aircraft
88
guns.
flex,
Ball,
yeah.
yeah, kind of a ball turret kind of thing. Well, he's
Flex
sort of
88s.
wearing one, so he's got his tentacles sort of dangling below, but a couple of his tentacles are wrapped around what are obviously some sort of control mechanism, and you can see him sort of like going around like this, kind of looking to see what's happening. Bishop, you're up.
I'm gonna scan. I'm gonna scan the area and try to find all signals. So if the traps are in any way electronic, I want to try to detect them. Same thing with where all the security drones are.
Okay, how far can you reach?
Well, it's like the internet. If they're online and active and receiving signals, I can get all of them. I just
Okay.
don't know what I need to use. Would it be hacker? Would it be machine interface? Would it just be computer skill? Because basically I'm just looking to see how many devices are connected and where they all are.
Can I give an assist with my scan ability?
Yes. So for you, I think hacker would be the appropriate skill.
Okay.
Along with computers using and exploiting.
Okay.
For Dr. Wagner, with your scan ability, if you want to burn those points, you can, and that would absolutely assist him. But that's a lot of points. Well, it's not that many. I guess it's 2 points. You got a ton
2 points out of my intellect.
of your intellect. Yeah.
Just
You
for
want
an
right now, Bishop?
assist.
Bishop or Wagner is fine.
They're there
yeah.
if you want them.
To use that scan ability, yeah, it would cost you 2 points, even if you only use it for an assist.
Well, I use hacker. What cost me 1 point. I have edge in intelligence, so that doesn't cost me anything. And I'm trained in computer use and exploitation. So what's the DC with all of that?
So for all of that, so you're essentially using your you're essentially scanning the region. So you're basically enacting a field detection device, and extending the range outward over the entirety of the hunting zone. I would say this is pretty easy for you, so it'd probably be like a 20.
And all of the stuff, all of the deductions for hacker and edge and all of that is built into that already?
No, it's not
Or-
built in. So
so-
hacker, yeah. So then we start at 20 and then you modify it.
And then so hacker would take it down to 17.
Correct.
Trained in computer use and exploitation would take it down to 14. Is that another?
Well, so trained in exploit. Well, hold on, let me look at your thing again.
Yeah.
Trained in computers using exploiting would take it down to 14. And then
Edge
would take it down to 11.
And then after that, I would have to spend intellect pool. And that is 1 point. Just please remind me what the deal is. So how many points would I have to spend per
So
point off?
The first point that you spend of pool gives
Mhm.
you 3 off of the DC. The second point and every following point gives you 2 off. So
Right.
2 points gives you 5, 3 points gives you 7, 4 points gives you 9, that kind of thing.
Okay, so, and it's at 11.
You're at 11 now, right? Before points.
So I'll do 4 points off.
Okay.
Oh, hang on.
So you need a 2 or higher.
So I need a 2 or higher.
Okay.
And 3.
That does it.
So I'm successful.
3. Okay, so you are successful. So I am going to bring up. So you basically are using a field detector. So I'm going to bring up the fields that you detect. Now, it doesn't give you the nature of these things, although some you can assume are, depending on the nature of the fields, you can assume that they're bots, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
So there's there. Hold on a second. It's not letting me grab it here.
So you figured out Bluetooth, right? Is that basically what we're doing here? Connecting to all devices.
Kind of, yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah,
it's
basically.
Nice.
Because any device in here is connected to their computer.
correct.
So it's like it's got a signal. And so any electronic device operating in this place, I've just detected where they all are. Because we know some might be security bots and some might be traps. And all, that's all good, but we need to know where everything is.
Ugh, for fuck's sake. It's really starting to get on my nerves there. There we go.
I'm sorry.
Not you. These little circles. It's because of the size of
Map.
the map, yeah. And I love this map. Those of you who have played with me in quarantine will recognize this map.
Huh.
Come on. All right, so basically what I'm doing is let me get them all up so
Mhm.
that you can see them, and then we'll talk about what they look like.
Well, and
Right.
for the first round, all I'm going to be able to do is identify them all.
I think that's it. Hold on, let me check one more. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, so basically, yeah, you come up with, so there's several sets of things. So the line that you see over by where Mallory is standing, it has something to do. So what you're detecting there is essentially those plant-looking things
Mhm.
are connected electronically to the to the ship's computer system,
Right,
which you would not normally expect plants to be.
right. So
Right.
I expect that those are traps.
Yeah, something's wrong there. You also detecting something here,
Yeah.
and here, way over here, and then there's a bunch. There's several of them over on the other side, which are large, and they look like they're bots of some sort, but they're emitting larger fields. You also detect what it looks like a ring of what is reading out on your field generator is essentially security bots. They are powered up, but they are sort of in for your lack of a better term, alert mode. They're waiting for stimulus.
Right. So then
Yeah.
I've
The larger ones are passive. They need to be they have they're emitting their own fields, but
he already said they
they're
were
different.
programmed to follow movement and attack.
Correct.
So all of those that I see,
Mhm.
I'll denote those in my head as security bots.
Yep.
Now, anything that's sort of like this line of bushes and that thing with the spikes on it,
Mhm.
and whatever else others of those, because I can't see. The only thing I can see that you drew on there was this line over by the shrubs in front of Mallard.
The things, right? So I have donated the line. So once you get in visual range, you will be able to see them.
Okay.
Everybody will. But yeah. So you've got at least 5. It looks like 5 of the larger, and they give off bot vibes, right? So they're just different from the other bots. So there's 2 kinds of security bots in here. One of them is large and uses a different sensory system than the other. The others, the small, there's a ring of 8 of them, and they are clustered in one central area in the central portion of the hunting preserve, and they're clustered in a circle. You suspect that they are clustered around Well, you could detect it. There's essentially a recharging post, a recharging venue where there's sort of like, it's sort of like those battery operated, those rechargeable flashlights that you plug into the wall.
Yeah.
There's a series of 8 more or less standard security bots that are plugged into the wall right now. Now they are on alert mode, which means they're passive right now. But once they detect something, then they'll detach from charge and begin moving. And you
Okay.
think the same, the other ones, the larger ones are sort of, they're not attached to any power source. So your readout suggests that they have their own internal power source and, but also sort of are in passive mode, except for one, the one directly in front of you, which you think it's right in this area right here somewhere, has gone from passive to active. It just did it while you were scanning.
Right. Because it detected Seventide.
That sounds like, yeah.
Yeah.
Or
So
detected you playing with it.
Yeah. Do we have comms?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna tell Mallory. I'm gonna use the comms and let Mallory know there's something not right directly in front of him. The line of bushes are connected to the ship's computer electronically, and that's not normal. Probably traps.
Don't let that slow you down, Mallory. Those bushes are giving you the evil eye. Take them out.
They deserve to die.
They look like perfectly natural bushes.
Great.
They're probably fine.
They look
And-
perfectly natural.
And I'll direct that to Mallory and Mehmet.
Okay.
Since they're both right there.
Okay.
I'm
All
not.
right. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not seeing on the map where this object is.
Well, see this line? See the
That's
green
troubling,
line?
isn't it?
See the
Yes.
green line going all on the shared screen,
Yes.
passing through all those shrubs on the way down?
Yes.
They're connected to the ship's computer. They're probably traps. That's not
Got it.
normal.
Okay.
And depending on what their radius of scanning is, you're fairly close. It might be that they only scan if you go down that pathway. So if you crossed over and went into the woods or went into the grass or whatever, you might avoid them. I don't know. All I can tell right now is they're connected, and that's abnormal.
Yeah,
Copy
you
that.
don't usually
Okay.
have to connect your plants to the computer.
They usually do
You guys
Wi-Fi.
don't connect your plants. That's perfect.
That's why my plants are always dying. I got some dill upstairs in my arrow garden that's going all over the
I'm
freaking
like,
place.
Alexa, make my plants bloom. Boom. Perfectly happy.
So that's my turn.
All right.
Thank you.
Tam and Mallory. So Mallory, you know that thing that you just saw go from flashing red to green?
Mhm.
It basically rolls out of the you hear Seventide go, oh, here's one, and it begins moving directly towards you and crashes into you.
What?
It is a big round spike ball. So I need from both of you guys. The Seventide floats backward about a meter or two, just so he's like, oh, here it comes. And Tam and Mallory, I need to know what you want to do. So
Uh-oh.
I'm assuming you want to well, you can't really fire at it.
I want to jump back to that area.
Okay. So what I'm going to need is a speed
So I'm going to
check
be
from
here
both of you.
first.
So it's a DC 17 speed check
Okay.
to dodge out of the way. While this thing doesn't move super fast, it looks super dangerous because all these spikes are sort of like, it's like a steamroller with spikes on it.
Hmm.
Also, some interesting thing happens when it touches those plants. We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so my speed's 12. I have edge.
Okay.
And if I use 2 of my pool for that, what do I have to roll?
So you have edge and speed.
I have edge and speed.
All right, 17 starts out at 17. That takes it down to a 14. Do you have? Let me look at Gawker. Do you have anything else? No, hacker's not going to help you. Tech's not going to help you. Vehicle driving's not going to help you. Repairing. No. So yeah, and at this point you're at your intellect pool. So you're down to 14 using edge.
I'll use 2 of my intellect pool then.
All right, so that's another 5. That takes it down to 9.
9, yeah. Let me just try that now then. Yes.
Got it. All right. So you jump out of the way. You can decide which way you want to jump. If you're going to jump to the rear or you're going to jump sideways.
I'm going to jump that way.
All right, Mallory. So DC 17 speed check. What are you going to do?
I have 1 edge and speed. Can I spend some speed points, please?
Absolutely. So if you want to spend speed points, you're basically in the same position that he is. So your 1 edge brings it down to a 14 or better. If you want to spend 2 speed points, you can do that, and that will take it down to a 9 or better than 50-50. But you can spend more if you want, depending on how many you have.
2.
Hold on, let me check and see how many speed points do you have. Okay, so you have, whoops. Oh, I'm taking away his intellect instead of speed. I shouldn't do that, probably. All right, so Mallory, you're going to spend 2 as well. That's another 5. That takes it down to a 9. Go
Okay.
for it.
All right, I roll a 2.
All right, you so you get caught under the thing. The thing rolls into you. You take oh shit! It hits you hard. You take 11 points of damage, and you are thrown backwards 2 squares. So you're thrown directly east 2 squares, which frankly is a good thing. As the thing keeps rolling onto you, because it has rolled over a couple of these flowers, and you hear sort of a crunching noise, and then you hear as gas begins to emit from the flowers.
And don't forget you got your armor, Eric. You didn't
Right. So
really take any damage.
how many hit points will I lose there?
I think
All right,
none. I don't think it got
So
through
you got
your armor.
armor. So you're wearing the ceramic armor, which gives you plus 12. So no damage taken from that physically, but you've been thrown backwards. Also, there's now a small expanding cloud of gas, which seems to be coming out from under. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Seems to be coming out from a ruptured tank, maybe of some sort that was under the plants. You're not sure, but those plants there are crushed by the thing. The thing is also stuck there. It's not moving forward, even though it's trying to move forward towards you. Okay. Yeah, it hit you. It's yeah. You can see it's got passive sensors, so it's locked onto you because it hit you, and now it's trying. It's like. And it's trying to dislodge itself from the plants itself, but it hasn't yet.
That's no good. Oh dear.
All right. Weberjix.
I'm good right here. You guys have fun. I've been waiting a half hour to say that. All right. The bishop is busy playing with his toys. Dr.
You could
Wagner
probably
is
see
behind Captain Gray. What's
from
that?
where you're standing. You could. Well, I don't know. It'd be difficult to see past Seventide, but you could hear Seventide laughing. It
Yeah,
is, ho, 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 ho. He got you a good one there, didn't he, Mallory?
I don't want to leave bishop unsupported. I know we're already getting spread out. I'm gonna go this way. How far can I walk? How many squares? With like being relatively like stealthy.
6 squares.
1, 2. I'm gonna go
Sorry,
right.
I had to take pills. What happened to Mallory?
He got hit by a giant spiked ball. So one of those ones that you were detecting moved out of the bushes, the one that was right in front, the one that had gone from passive to active. It rolled over and hit Mallory and knocked him into the bushes.
And released a gas.
And well, it hit the plants. And
It hit the plant. The plant release gases, right? And is that ball still moving?
No, it's actually stuck on those plants.
All right. Les, I
Wow.
can't see. I guess that's probably how the light is, but I can't see bishop anymore from my position. Is that accurate because of the foliage?
Yes.
All right. I want to go back 1 then. Too scary. Oh no. All right, fine. I'll go right here.
Why is it not letting me do this? Hold on a second. Am I stupid? Oh, I am stupid. Okay, never mind. That's why I'm trying to grab something. It's like, well, let me grab you. So yeah, so you see the big circle? That's on your. So I'm talking to Bishop. That's Bishop. That thing is the thing that you detected that was forward.
Yeah, and it rolled.
Yeah, it essentially rolled through the underbrush and hit Mallory.
So it had
Oh,
a
no, it's a
pretty
Flattery
healthy
hedgehog.
scan range.
Yeah,
Yeah, at least you know, if these are 2-meter squares, you're talking at least 12 meters, probably closer to 15.
okay.
All right, sorry,
Doctor-
Weber. You dipped into the bushes.
Yes, I was trying to stay close enough to Bishop where I can be supportive, but also be supportive firing to support. Can I see anything from where? I guess I can see. Yeah, it gives me my view, so I can see up to about here anyway. So
You could
that
see
gives
what you
me-
could see. Yeah. So, yeah, you
So-
could. Can you see Bishop at all?
He
no,
stepped
I
into
can't
the
see Bishop.
darkness.
He stepped.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in. He's deep in the bushes. Can you see him, Bishop? I don't think you can see him.
I
Can you?
can't see him.
No, I
Yeah, where
can't.
he is. I wanted to stay close to you, Bishop, because I didn't want to leave you hanging. I don't know who else is lurking around shrubbery, but I'm only like 2 or 3 squares away from you, and I can't see you.
Right.
Sometimes this shrubbery is quite dense and not too expensive. All right, is that it for you then?
Yeah, I didn't do anything particularly useful, but I will ponder my weaponry of choice of what to throw into the bushes at some point.
All right,
Let's see
just
how
drop
next round goes.
just drop a plasma grenade right there at your feet. See what happens. It'll be okay. All right, Dr. Wagner.
I do have a hand flamer. I can start clearing off the shrubs.
You can theoretically start lighting things on fire.
I'm gonna put on a respirator
Okay.
and
Smart guy.
I should probably go give Bishop Hawk a little support.
Okay.
I
Or
don't believe in
maybe
ghosts.
stand
I
right
don't believe in
behind him.
ghosts.
You're supporting me by hiding behind me?
Yes.
Well, you know, you might need stitches or something.
I'm wearing heavy armor. If I feel any knife touch where my kidneys are.
It couldn't penetrate. So what are you worried about?
Dr. Wagner's like, how do you feel?
Dr. Wagner, is that a tiger penis I feel, or are you just happy to see me?
That's the tiger penis nunchucks.
I forgot about the tiger penis jokes.
All right. So Wagner, that's gonna be it for you.
You have any other suggestions?
As the DM, no.
I mean, I could fling a tiger penis into the bushes. and
You
throw
could.
it.
I'm not sure that will have the desired effect, but
Well, then I guess you know, just being behind someone heavily armored is very comforting.
I would imagine so. All right, cool. All right, so that's the end of round 1. We go into round 2, and it's largely my turn. So I'm gonna do this. Okay. Okay, he's gonna do that. That's those guys. So, all right. Bishop, give me an intellect check when you get a moment.
And what do I do for that?
Just roll a d20, and if you have edge in intellect, you may add 3 to that. If you want to burn some intellect points, you can on this. I don't know that it would be worth it though. 15. All right, so 15. Yeah. So as you're sort of, and I'm assuming you're monitoring the stuff.
Yeah.
So you have just seen, you know how there's that ring of 8 sort of charging bots. One of them just went offline, and several of them went active, but they have not unhooked themselves yet because it's not their turn.
Right.
But like,
where was that ring of 8?
it's in the center of the thing. So here, let me hit it for you. It's
Okay.
here. And so you had one on the southern end of that. Imagine if that's a sphere right here.
Right.
Okay.
Right, I got you.
On the southern end of that sphere, one of them went offline. And the other 3 near it went from passive to active, but they have not disengaged yet.
Right.
You're not entirely sure what that means.
That means one of them got swatted by a tiger's katana.
It's possible.
And the
3
others
of them
just woke up.
3 of them just woke up.
Dang.
All right. Tam, you're up.
Is it
Yeah.
a free action to use comms, or
Yes,
do I need to
absolutely.
wait for my turn?
Nope, absolutely. You can do anytime.
I'm going to tell him it appears we've got contact with the prey in where you plotted right here,
Mm-hmm.
Goodness.
in the middle of the wooded area here. So for those of you going down the side, you would have to go through the trap bushes in order to reach them. And they appear to be coming straight up the middle.
Or they have to come through the trap bushes to get to us.
Yes, I'm just giving you intel. I'm not making judgment. I'm just saying.
Right.
You guys are the warriors, and I'm trying to be your eyes.
Warriors.
Okay.
No,
No,
I'm
Yeah.
telling
you said this ball here is trapped by the plants right now. So
It's
I just
stuck
moved.
right now, but it could. You're not sure if it manages to dislodge itself, it will start rolling again. But it's stuck for right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna move to here total. I'm gonna do a
Okay.
double move. Go to
All right.
there.
All right, Mallory,
Okay,
standing there, you just get hit by a giant spike ball. What do you do?
you know, I'm afraid if I shoot the giant spiked ball, it's gonna explode. I
Well,
don't-
I mean, inside an affronter's personal hunting ground, that's a valid fear.
you know, and if it explodes, it's gonna hurt my friends and our honorable host, Seventide. I'm gonna
Well, yeah, maybe. Well, yeah, probably.
probably.
But yeah, if that were to explode, then yes, it would probably hurt them. Your guess is that the gas probably affects them as well.
Gotcha. It is the ball currently rolling toward me or Tam.
It's not. It's trying to roll towards you, but it is stuck on the flowers, because it lodged itself into the flowers gas reservoir and sensory apparatus, so it's kind of stuck there. Now it's continuing to try and roll, and it's kind of like rearing back and forth, like if you were trying to get a old station wagon out of a snowbank.
Sure.
But your guess is, well, give me an intellect check. What, do you have
Um,
edge in intellect? I don't think so.
My intellect is not my fort. I'm gonna
Okay.
just roll here.
Yeah, just give me a roll.
7.
7. Hard to tell, but your guess that eventually it will dislodge itself.
Okay, great. If it's keyed on me, if it sees me first, I'm gonna run not toward Tam, but toward Seventide.
Okay.
So can I run over to maybe here?
Sure, absolutely you can.
Wait, I'm gonna run there. Right there. And then I'm gonna run to right here. Great. So if it rolls toward me, it's gonna get Seventide too. I'm just but as I run there, I say, hey, I'm looking for tigers. If I see any of them, I'm gonna blast them. Rawr.
Ah, that is the way. Mallory, I knew I liked you.
And I'm looking as fierce and formidable as I can. If I see any tigers, they're in trouble.
All right, so kissing up to the boss, eh?
That's right.
I got it. Okay. All right, so you run over there next to Seventide, and you're just looking cool and talking about killing tigers. Okay, cool.
That's right. That's right.
Is that it?
That's it for me.
Captain
I'm
Gray.
great.
Killing tigers and chewing bubble gum. He's all out of bubble.
Captain Gray, you look around and you fail to see any of your friends. They've all abandoned you in your time of need. They're all hiding in the bushes.
Sounds about right.
I do find it interesting that we have so many hiding in the bushes, but that's right.
Well, some of us have hand weapons, Mr. Giant Rifle and built-in rifle.
I'm gonna move forward to here. Again, crouching and less in the map right here. This is still like blacked out. Is there a pillar or something there?
Hold on. I'm writing down. I find it interesting so many of us are hiding in the bushes. Hold on. I just want to make sure I capture that. All right. So where are you going? There. Oh yeah. So
I
there are
went to that. Yeah.
so there are portions that you can't see, right? So that blackout area, I had to use you're talking about this area right here.
Yeah.
Basically that is where the underbrush is too thick to see through.
Got
Now
it.
it has square corners because of the nature of the thing that I've done, but yeah, basically those dark areas represents your inability to see through that underbrush.
Wouldn't
Okay.
some of that area been the area that the spike ball rolled through?
Mm-hmm.
So shouldn't it have mashed down some of that underbrush?
To a certain extent, I mean, and you could see this part here is kind of is mashed through. You can see pretty well through there. But yeah, it's pretty springy stuff.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna move a little bit further forward then, and I'm basically scanning through the bushes to the south where I can see. So this whole area is what I'm watching.
So you're looking in
I'm looking
like
south and southwest. I'm still,
this
yeah,
this direction.
that general direction and kind of south a bit too.
Okay, and sort of like this direction as well.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Give me an intellect check. Let's see what you see. 11. You don't see. You could certainly, from where you're standing now, you can certainly see where the ball came out. And there does seem to be like a little metallic cradle in there where it was sitting. Perhaps some sort of station that it's connected to. But you don't see any movement in there anymore.
I don't see any tigers. Okay.
You don't see any tigers in there.
All right. That's my turn.
Come out, wherever you are.
All right. My turn.
So Mallory ran away from me.
Well, okay, but if the giant spike ball is keyed on me, I'm hoping it'll follow me and leave you alone. And
Yeah.
Okay.
it might even roll toward Seventide. And
Well,
I
yep, we're good. We'll see what happens. Yep.
yes, all right.
All right. Bishop, another big ball has gone active and
shit.
is rolling.
Uh-oh.
Where at?
See me rolling.
Southwest over here.
Hmm.
Can you see that?
Try ping again for me.
Here.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wait.
Can I tell what direction it's moving?
It's
it
moving due
east?
east.
Yes. Okay. So at this point, I can assume that the tigers are somewhere here. They attack the ring of 8. And the big ball is rolling at them, another trap. So they're about here. I will let everyone know.
Okay.
Thank
Right. They're doing that. They're doing that. Seventide is like, things have started to get interesting. Come with me, Mallory. Captain, come. And he sort of steps over to the side and begins floating down this way, avoiding he goes right next to Tam, and he's like, come with me, Mehmet. I suspect that they are down here, but avoid those gases. I'm worried that those might be either knockout or hallucinogenic. The people who set the affronters who set my traps in here, they don't tell me what's going on, but they do like to add a little bit of whimsy into it once in a while. So I would suspect that those gases might be either knockout gas or in this case, maybe hallucinogenic gas. I'm not telling you, I got a lung full of, I got a gas bag full of that hallucinogenic gas one time when I was in here hunting, and I'll tell you what, it was quite a day, let me tell you. I still have scars from that. Bishop Hawk, you're up. Deeper into the woods?
No, now that I've identified everything that's out there, how many of the Ring of 8 are still online?
So you've got 4 passive. So there were 8 of them. There's one has completely gone offline. You're not sure what happened to him, but your suspicion is that it's been destroyed.
Right.
The nearest ones to the one that disappeared went active.
Right.
But have not had the opportunity to sort of detach themselves from things. But you get the feeling that they are going to. The other 4, which are on the northern sort of hemisphere of the charging station, are still in passive mode. You suspect that whatever happened to the one that went offline happened so fast that it was that it wasn't sufficient enough for the other ones to activate. The nearest ones did, but the furthest ones did not.
All right. So the signal that they're receiving, I don't know how to ask this question.
Okay.
Are these all slaved together?
The bots?
Yes.
No, no, the security bots act independently.
Okay, that's no good.
But they do, so they act independently, which means they can have independent targets and that kind of stuff. But if
Right.
certain ones are, if a single thing sets off the sensory units of multiple bots, all of those bots will go at the same target.
But if I hack into one of them and put instructions in it, does it share it with the others?
No. No, they're discrete units, and they're designed that way specifically for security programs. They're not necessarily specifically against hacking, but if one is damaged in some way, they don't want the damage to propagate throughout the system.
And
so
you
they're designed to operate independently.
And these are the ring of 8 that were the smaller ones. You said there was a ring of 4 bigger ones.
5 bigger ones. Those are the big balls, you think, and they're not in a ring. They're just sort of scattered about.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pick one of the ones that's gone active.
One of the small bots.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to hack into it.
Okay.
Because I want to try to use it to keep track of where the tiger's on.
All right. Okay. So from your point of view, we're looking at a couple of things. So you're looking at hacker, which is one point. Your intellect already has edge. So this is a bit of a tougher thing.
And I have using and exploiting computers trained.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3, 6,
9.
9.
Off a DC 24 check to hack in it. So what's 9? What's 24 minus 9? 15?
Very good.
I think that unless you want to use hack the impossible, you're 15 pre points.
So if I use hack to the impossible, what do I get? Except I spend an extra point. So
you spend an extra point and you get another pre-point. So if you use hack the impossible, you use 2 intellect points plus your edge, which will be
plus training.
Plus training, so you get 5 times 3 is 15 off of 25. That'll if you use hack the impossible pre-pool, you have to burn another point, but it'll take you down to 10. A 10 or better to hack in. Because it's 5 steps, you're taking it down.
And I can spend another 1
Sorry,
point.
that's a 9.
A 9. And I can spend another 1 point to take 3 off of that.
Yep.
Okay. And let's see.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So is that just a D20 then?
That takes it down to 6.
Right.
No, 5.
5, and I made it.
5?
Mhm.
What'd you roll? You rolled a 5. Okay, so yeah, you do get access to one of the security bots and have essentially taken it over. So I am going to sign over a security bot to you. And I'm going to give it some lighting so that you can see through it.
Nice work, Bishop.
Yes. Good
That's
work.
work. That's work.
Trying to fall asleep before my turn here.
It's we're almost there.
Let's focus on Tiger.
Okay, we're gonna give it 30 feet. All right, I'm doing some. Okay, so I'm doing this. All right, I'm gonna save these settings, and I want you to tell me what you see.
I can see all of the ring of bots.
Okay.
And I can see 2 of the tigers, one just below having destroyed that bot.
Yep.
And one southeast of that.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Yeah. So you are essentially accessing through your thing the sensory output. This is the
Right,
This
that's
is
the bot that I have.
that's the bot that you have. Yeah. So this one is so. I'm gonna send you a message. Well, you probably blab it to everybody anyway.
Yeah, I'll share. I'll share so you
uh,
don't have to send a message.
All right. So basically that guy, that Kzinti is holding a security bot that it is basically cut in half.
Right.
And what it's doing is it's dragging it off, but it's also removing the security bot has 2 lasers built into it, and
Yeah.
it's removing those lasers.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay.
So you said these things are what, 8 foot tall, 9 foot tall?
The Kzinti, they're about 8 foot tall. Yeah.
So double that for their swing
Did you
plus.
say you saw 3 of them, Chuck?
I can see 2 of them. We know there are 3
There's
of them.
4.
There's 4 of them.
There's 4 of
3,
them.
there's 3 on the screen that Les showed us, and he said they're superhuman commander or whatever is in a different cell because he's extra violent.
Okay, so I can only see 2 of them, but I'm going to take this. See, 8, 16 plus the length of a blade. I'm going to take this bot. I'm going to disconnect it and take it 30 feet up.
So you're disconnecting and going up.
Yeah, 30
Okay.
feet so that it's out of the katana range of this creature.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. I am going to put the bot you've controlled on the thing underneath you with the X on the turn order.
Okay.
Okay.
I see it. Yeah.
All right. So it is now 30 feet up. Let me note that.
And I will let everybody know we have visual contact and where. To the
Johnny
best of my
5 is alive.
to the best of my ability. I'll tell them where. I'm not a military person. They're down in the freaking woods, man.
He's over there. They're by the fountain. Everybody's like, "What fountain?"
The thing by the other thing.
By the thing. It's
All
gonna
right.
kill. It's gonna kill you.
Okay, I got it.
Is that it for you, Bishop?
Yeah, that's everything.
Okay. The thing's trying to dislodge itself, and it's starting to come loose. Mallory, just so you know. Weber, you're up.
Sounds like, so. Dr. Wagner's is now hugging Bishop. I guess I can move forward to the rest of the gang.
Are you jealous?
I kind of am. I was
Yeah.
I was gonna watch Bishop's back, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Do I see anything less besides green? Lots of it.
Well, I don't know. What do you see?
I see a lot of green.
Yeah, you're still deep in the.
I
But
can
first
only
of
see
all,
one direction. I can't see behind me at all. I can only see forward, but I can't.
yeah,
see
you're
at
basically
all.
the foliage is so dense here that you can't see anything other than what you see.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Anything else you want to?
He's using ostrich stealth.
You just you want to catch some things on fire while you're out there, or
Not yet. I'm pretty sure that Mallory Graves is going to attract a lot of attention to his position in a second, so I want to be in an area to provide support, but hopefully
right.
not be in the blast range or whatever.
So okay, cool. Also, Mallory, you see that the ball, when you moved away from it, it pivoted, and now it looks like it's still trying to run you over.
Really? Me?
Yeah.
Why me?
Yeah. So if you run away,
set it off.
Come this way.
All right, Dr. Wagner.
It's got lock on you.
It has a lock on me personally.
Oh, we're talking about the ball.
Not you.
Great.
Not you.
Has a lock on Mallory.
We don't know where you are. You were back.
Well,
by
it's
the gate
certainly
last time we saw you.
chasing into him until something better comes along.
Oh man. Ouch.
Well, I'm gonna go to the
fair
deferral
weather
program.
season.
It's 11:01, and I have no idea.
All right, so you're just gonna hang back, not do anything?
Well, I guess to get us through the round, I will.
You'll inject Bishop with ketamine and steal his laptop?
No, man, that guy's kicking ass. I'm gonna give him some of the Nazi super speed.
Shoulder
Okay.
rubs.
Perfect. Just
Ah.
shoot him full of space meth. All right, if that's all,
Spiders all over me.
Dr. Ryder, you're not going to move anywhere. You're going to stay in the bushes there with Bishop.
He seems like a really good bet right now. So yeah.
Okay. All right. These detach.
I can feel tigers creeping up on me, man.
And they are going to fire, and we'll figure that out later. All right. So that is the end of round 2. In round 3, we will begin next time
Cool.
when we play more Traveler, or as I like to call it, Adventures with Colonel Seventide.
Excellent. Thank
All
you.
right.
You missed playing Eye of the Tiger this whole time. We couldn't really,
We should be. I'm gonna put that out. I'm gonna have to find a way from it and
Yeah.
like dun 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 rising up. All right, cool. Well,
Best
thanks you
montage
guys. This is
All
awesome.
right.
Okay, see you all later.
We'll
Later, all.
start this again.
Bye,
Have a great
everybody.
week.
All right,
Good night.
guys, bye.
Good night.